And we are live. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen, art enthusiasts and change makers? This is another week of Art for Change podcast, and I am your host, Mr. Sapiosexual, and my co-hosts.
You already know it's your boy BU because it's already know what you got to do.
Yes, sir. And we got Mad Hatter Marshall in the video. What's up, Mad Hatter?
How you doing, gentlemen? Lady Alva.
How you doing? Mad Hatter Marshall, BU, sapiosexual. How is
Lady
everyone
Alvin.
out there doing?
I'm doing good, man. How is y'all week since our last show, Marshall?
we,
Mine's
we spoke
been
on Monday. Spoke on Monday, so since Monday, I mean, you could drop Mad Hatter. We spoke on Monday, but since Monday, I've been good, brother. I can't complain. As long as the good Lord put me on this side of earth, brother, ain't nothing to be upset about.
I feel that. Hey, I feel that.
What you were saying, man,
Most,
I ain't even cut you off, brother.
I got new speakers today. I went to breakfast today. I got laundry done this week. I got bills paid. I've been
Hey,
productive.
oh,
productive, the epitome of productive. Shit.
I
So you got
like
them new
that.
speakers in. What type of speakers you got, man?
New pair of KRKs.
Yeah, bro, I'm about to come on there and get in your studio, man, so we can make some cook.
The the microphone's coming next. The
I
the the
love
key
it.
piece. The key piece.
I love it. I love it. Be
Oh, you
you.
fancy. What's up, brother?
I,
I
I,
had a
I had a
pretty
couple
good
days
week.
to know.
I had a good week since Monday. I got back from Miami Monday, actually. We did podcast. So, when you miss a day at work, you got to catch up. So I've been
Mm.
working like it's been 12-hour days. I hit 36 hours in like 3 days. So just for us to catch up. But it's like it wasn't tiring or nothing because I had a like 3-4 day weekend. So I previously caught up on rest, which was a good thing. Well, kind of, because these kids crazy, but it was kind of caught up with some sleep. But yeah, it was good. We'll be working tomorrow and Friday, but we're ending a project, so as all projects in construction, at the end it gets crazy, and everybody losing their head, running around crazy. So it's just all about maintaining. That's it. That's that we're in that maintaining stage right now, not getting overwhelmed, like doing what we've been doing the whole time that got us here. So, and my job is to keep my guys level headed and let them know that's all we got to do to finish strong.
Sound
Yeah,
good, my boy. Sound good.
yeah.
Y'all
What
gonna leave
about
me out?
Talk to me,
Y'all-
lady. No, I was gonna leave you out. Come on now.
I was just about to say?
It's too long of a pause. My week was good. My week was good. There's always things you can complain about, but I don't want to complain.
There's
I'm
no good in that.
preparing. Yeah, I'm preparing my life to receive my father to live with me. So that's a new big adventure. But I find blessings in it, and I expect to enjoy it. So that's it. Day to day, I'm just doing what I do with my dog, which is Snow, walking, feeding, cuddling,
Yeah.
and taking care of home, and doing my exercise too, and preparing for this show.
Okay. That's the best answer we just heard so far.
Uh-huh.
Actually,
Hmm.
I heard you say complaining. What's the difference between complaining and like telling somebody something over and over again because they're not getting it?
Well, once I start telling somebody over and over again, then that becomes a complaint.
Yeah.
you
And so
know,
at what point do you stop giving up on it, or like, if you
I
get what I'm
wish I,
saying?
I I wish I could, because
Yeah.
as a mother and children, you're always repeating. It's part of the job. It's part
Yes.
of the family foundation. I wish I could turn it off, but sometimes I do manage and I say, I'm not repeating again. And that's that. Or I say, you know what the rule is. That's it.
Right.
But let me add this in. Here's the interesting thing that I found quite profound in the Bible. Paul is very repetitious in his letters that he writes out to the people. So when I read Paul in his letters, I said, well, we shouldn't really complain about having to repeat to our children because the people need it. Just as a reminder. But, we don't like to. We get frustrated because we want it as we say it should be. And that's that. But I try not to. Go ahead.
Let's talk about outside of your children, not even your children, just with people. Because I have to repeat myself a lot. And I'm
no.
like, all right, yeah, now you got to get out of here. Yeah.
Okay, no. I don't extend that far with people.
Exactly. That's the answer I was looking for.
There's certain things, There's certain things that I'm over the cliff with. That's really my family, people I love.
Yeah.
But just outside and interacting with people, I'll say it once, twice, 3 times. I'm done. If I get to the third, but definitely I'll say it again. Like, wait, hold on. Or I have a saying that people say, I go, no. I don't think you heard me. Let me repeat it. And then I do. And then if they did it, I'm done. I'm like, nothing more to be said.
Yeah. I definitely feel that.
Yeah. What about you, Mad Hatter?
Well, Mr. looked like he was talking, but he was on mute.
Yeah.
Oh, were you?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was reading Phoenix person's comment. I said, she said hello to everyone. And gentlemen, Lady Albert and gentlemen. So we said hello to Miss Phoenix person.
Hello.
What's up, Phoenix?
Hello. I can't see the comments. Wait, maybe I'm not in comments.
Okay.
Oh, there I am. I was in private chat still, guys. What up, Phoenix?
What about you, Mad Hatter?
As far as the situation or what I had going on?
As far both, actually.
No, he told us what he had going on. He went first.
Yeah. So the situation of what we just left off on.
Well, the backpack off Lady Alva said repetition's just going to lead to muscle memory.
Right.
Good answer.
It's just going to lead to secondhand nature and doing stuff like it was your shadow.
Yeah. Agreed.
I got a question to that, though. When do we see it? That's with children. Like, you see it at a certain stage, and when they start to develop into their own persona, and you're like, I'd probably
have to say the best answer would probably be when they have a kid that's worse or just like them. That's just like them.
Then it kicks in.
That's usually when they see it. For me, that's definitely when I saw it. Like I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
That's what my mama was talking about.
This what she was talking about. You know what I mean? Now, I get it now. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So today is Therapeutic Thursday. The topic of our show today is mental health awareness. May is the closing of mental health awareness, and we are closing out May, so we're going to discuss it. We have an advocate for leadership for women living positively with HIV with us, so we're definitely going to utilize Miss Lady while we have her in the presence, and we're going to talk about some subjects that she's more prolific on. So we're going to jump right into these things. First one we're going to talk about is what is the common factors or common signs of mental health?
Substance abuse, isolation, self-destructive behaviors,
sleeping,
oversleeping.
No, sleeping too much, excessive sleeping.
Yeah,
oversleeping. Well, if you're calling that oversleeping is I overslept, I'm late to work, or I'm late. So a lot of excessive sleeping, cocooning, hibernating away from loved ones, friends and family, the world. Um, Highs and lows, manic, can be very low, and then all of a sudden jump into the pot and go, 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 go.
What what about not sleeping?
Yeah, I
Like the
think
That's
opposite of
one
sleeping.
too. That's one too. That's one too. Um,
I think go ahead.
Also, this being clutter bug or just really, really disorganized.
Mm,
Hmm.
yeah.
I
I
can
think
agree with that.
I think all y'all touched on key points of signs of mental health disorder. You know, the
Hmm.
persistent sadness, the change in the appetites, the sleeping patterns change, the withdrawal from social activities, difficult
Hmm.
concentrating, feeling of hopelessness. All of these are clear signs. And you know, and so when someone isolates, you have to pay attention to that too. Especially if someone who is like a social butterfly, but then you see this person, you know, shell become a shell of themselves. That's a form of. But also, I want to bring up the signs that people we don't see, because sometimes depression look like a person smiling and laughing.
They're
Hmm.
hiding it in plain
Hmm.
sight.
Hmm.
Yes,
Hmm.
yes.
Um, from my experience, I think many of us are like that, or many people are like that, um, because we all want to be who we're expected to be, or who we feel we are, who we're supposed to be. Do you know what I'm saying? So, and mental health was not talked about for many, many, many years. You know, it kind of cracked open, and I think, if I'm accurate, around the Oprah era, you know. But yeah, so we perform and we keep it in. We hold on to it because this is what's expected until the egg bursts. You know. So I think it's a commonality that people with mental health illness do portray themselves that way.
And
Right.
also, I feel like people who are going through that feel more comfortable around people who's going through the same situation. So they click together, and you know they click together, and they talk to each other. They won't talk to you, but because they're going through the same thing. So you know, outsiders are outsiders to them. I've seen it.
Mm.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yes.
I think you know, especially because you know I can only speak from my perspective, and I'm a you know I mean I'm sure everybody who got eyes can see that I'm a brown man. So from my perspective, being of African descent, it's not really spoken on highly in our community.
Hmm.
It's almost like a frowned upon. That that's it's almost like it's oh that's an excuse in the black
That
community.
too.
So a lot of us can't. A lot of us, it's hard for us to distinguish what it is a mental disconnect,
Hmm.
because it's not discussed or talked about, or we're not even able to show those signs of weakness in our communities.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm. That's
That
I'm kind of on the opposite spectrum of that because every angry white kid is a school shooter.
I mean, you are on the you're on the opposite spectrum anyway.
Oh
He's a
my
brown
good.
man.
Well, thank goodness you're not an angry white kid anymore. We hope. Are you Manhattan?
It's just an angry white man now.
No, but yeah, what you said, Sapio, that's good. People perform and hold it in because of the stigma of it.
Yeah.
Society has always taught, we have the family foundation. This is what you're supposed to be like. This is how you're supposed to be. This is how we dress. This is how we act. And all of that's well and good. But you have to let in the abnormalities of us too and say that's okay and learn about it. So when it hasn't been talked about, nobody wants to come out of it, outside of that, because they're on the outside and say, well, I feel like this, because everybody wants to be of the same,
Hmm.
you know. And the
Yeah.
world today, though, is kind of shifting that drastically to where a lot of the abnormals, they're making it normal. But it is that shift there. Um, Also, something else you said, Sapio, but I'll get my train of thought to come back. Go ahead.
All right, so does that
Somebody else.
stress you out? That like, can that stress you out? That whole what you just said, can it stress you out, and how does that impact you?
Okay, so it can be stressing. And now I'm talking hindsight because I didn't realize then what I became to know. And it was very stressing. That level of stress took me on a journey or different journeys that I wouldn't have maybe chosen to be on, you know, without the stress, without this uh unnormal, let me say, wiring in me, you know,
Yeah,
internally. So, but because of that, and the family I come from, you know, it was like something's wrong with you, this and that, or you're, you know, you're the problem, or this and that. It was all these negative things, and then a black family that want to eight ball you like you're like they're Italians. Like, are you kidding me? So my
yeah,
journey amongst from that and my own personal journey, I got in a position to where I was literally in somewhere. I'm not gonna let the whole story out now, maybe one day, but I'm yelling inside because they're reading about me on the paper, and I'm yelling inside, that is not who I am. That is not who I
yeah,
am. Like literally, that's the first experience I had that. So I was prior, I was already like getting sick and tired of myself because when I say like you want to be like the rest or you want to be normal, I knew things about me, but everybody else is looking at all this other stuff about me, the family that loves me and I love them. So it was a fight. So I got really stressed about it. So the journey, that unwanted journey that gave me to surrender my life, that gave me the glory of God, is what it took for me. And then I started to say, okay, I really need to dot all my I's and cross my T's because there's something I know about myself that is oh so beautiful. And also, you know, and only way to do that is I have to learn and understand more about me, which they cannot help me with.
yes. All
Yeah.
right, so the reason I asked you, well, the reason I said certain people in certain situations gravitate towards each other because
Hmm.
I was stressed before, and then that stress caused me depression,
Mm.
and
Yeah.
it and then it was like it was me overthinking because I wasn't doing too bad, but I gravitated towards people who was depressed. It's
Mm.
like oh they like me, like okay
Hmm.
they understand what I'm going through, and looking at them like got me out of my depression. I was like, hold on, nigga,
Oh,
I ain't got it as bad as them. Like, hold on,
okay.
I gotta get out of this shit. You know, I gotta.
Hmm.
Hey, hold up. I'm comparing my situation to theirs, which I don't do a lot. I do. Everybody, you do what you
Yeah.
do. But at
That's
that moment, I was at my lowest, and
mm,
I'm like, I can't go nowhere else but up. And then I'm like, yo,
there you go.
he's
That's
going through
right.
this. I picked the situation what I was going through. They didn't have a
Hmm.
choice, so I had to
Hmm.
turn that all around, and that's why I said like I gravitated towards people who was going through what I was going through.
Yeah.
And maybe it was a little selfish because I didn't have to go through what I was going through, but they did, and I look back on stuff like that and everything like that.
Now,
But what was
see,
you saying, lady?
my experience with that, because that's what I wanted to mention on, because you said that before. I didn't see I didn't gravitate towards people that were like me, but yet many of the people who I was in the circle with, and they in the circle with me, we amongst each other had mental health issues,
Yes,
but nobody's saying anything. And then so
yes,
now moving fast forward, like today, because I'm very open and spoken about it. So those who know me from yesteryear and today, then I can point out that, oh, you that's a mental health issue.
yes,
And well, you know what I hear a lot now? Yeah, well, I know it's okay.
It's not okay.
They know that's it. It's not okay. You have it's so I tend to not go with those people like that to find my way because they're not everyone with mental health issues are trying to soar.
Right.
They're accepting it like it's who they are, and it's
Some
not.
people, I think what you're trying to say is some people use it as a crutch.
I can't say that. I can't say
They're
that.
comfortable. They
Maybe
just
some
don't want. They
people
don't want to
are.
grow.
Maybe some people are, or some people are just indoctrinated that that's who they are. That's part of
Right.
it.
Right.
That because that does exist too. You take somebody who doesn't. Their communication skills is a lot of profanity and calling name call. That's who I am. No, it's not. That's some mess going on inside of you. That's what that is. You
Mm-hmm.
know? Yeah. So it varies from person to person. Mm-hmm.
All right, we got Montana in the building.
Montana Cobain. What's up, lady?
Montana.
What's going on? What's going on?
Nothing much,
What's
not
going
much.
on?
Glad to have
I'm
you with
driving
us,
in the
though.
truck, so I'm keep myself muted until it's time for me to talk.
It's time for you to talk right
No,
now.
you sound good. You sound good right now.
I got a question. How can stress impact your overall mental health
How can
and
stress impact my overall
impact?
mental health?
Yeah.
Um, it depends on how I deal with the stress. It could fuck you up, man. Stress could have you taking out things on people that ain't have shit to do with the situation about you stressing about. Um, it's all
Mm.
about how you you project the stress. Yeah, that's what I feel.
Okay.
That's
Stress can kill. Stress can kill.
Yes, it can. It's very
I,
draining.
Can kill you,
Yeah.
the stress holder.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Stress can kill somebody else too. Because I mean,
Yeah.
you being stressed and you can run your
You could,
coffee
you could,
roll.
you
You
could,
can do
you could snap
anything.
out. You could
But
snap. Yeah,
before it
You
kills
fucking right.
somebody else, the first thing it's killing is you. Because
Yes.
even for
right,
you to think to kill somebody else, stress done killed you.
Mm-hmm.
right.
Stress has a hold of you. And it
Yep.
also creates a lot of other health issues in the body.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely, man. How does stress impact mental health for you, or in your perspective?
It weighs
Oh,
on the person. It weighs on them. And you start stressing about the little things, even in ways that you don't even have to worry about them. Stress doesn't worry about the big things. When you start dealing with stress, you start stressing about the littlest things that are even out of your control that you can't even handle anyway, if you could.
Yes.
But you start stressing yourself up on other people's stress.
Mm,
mm.
I like that. This is true. This is
What
true.
about you,
I
Mister?
I agree with you, man. I think stress can lead to anxiety. I think stress can lead to depression, irritation. Stress can lead to change in your behavior. You know what I mean? Stress could lead to more existing mental health issues, or like she just said, stress can kill.
Mhm.
Simple as that. You
Yeah.
know, people can lose their hair from stressing. People can lose weight from stressing. So it's physically damaging to your body. You know, mentally and physically,
Mhm.
emotionally too, because some people stress be overwhelmed with stress and then they commit suicide. Overwhelmed with the stresses of the world, so they commit suicide. So mentally, emotionally, physically, stress can attack you.
Yeah.
You
I
know.
just to piggyback off what you said, Mister. And what Marshall said was he basically explained anxiety, and then he said like sometimes you can't help it, but how can you help anxiety? Because I get anxiety and off of simple shit like did I close the door at work? Did I lock the door at work? Like, and I would toss and turn in my sleep at night over that, over nothing that the little things like he just said it don't even matter because I got another guy who goes behind me and double check. Like it was like, why am I thinking about this? Like I got other it be the smallest thing. I don't be worried about is mortgage paid. I don't worry about none of that. It's like, yo, did I lock the door? Like, did I do this? Did I
I'm
do
not
that?
sure if that's stress or if that's fear. When those
It's
things that
anxiety.
you pointed out,
It's
you know,
anxiety.
but a key thing to recognize about anxiety. I'm not sure if it's anxiety or fear, and then you compile it, which now you're anxious,
So it's
but
both.
Matt could be Matt had to mention an important word: control.
Yeah.
That's the key, one of the main keys to relieve yourself of stress, because we
That's what
can't
I
control anything but ourselves.
so the question is, how do you cope with that? Because some people cope with that differently. Like I could go do drugs. Like they'll be fucking anxious. They're gonna go do some drugs, or they're gonna go get fucked up. Like how do you cope with that in the right way?
Well, if you want to be healthy and freed from it, then you have to dot your I's and cross your T's. You have to seek help if you can't do it. To go to drugs is not the thing to do. If you're
Yeah,
doing that
definitely.
repetitiously and your lifestyle is not good, what drugs make your lifestyle good, really? So you have to go get some help. There's a lot of help out there that is very good to understand. A lot of people don't understand themselves or even the human body. Again,
Oh yeah,
people take
definitely.
things as it's normal. I'm stressed. I want to smoke a cigarette. I got to smoke a cigarette. I can say that, I used to smoke cigarettes, and then I started to learn how to retrain my brain. No, I don't need to smoke a cigarette, but I do want one. And that's what I'm going to do. So I'm clear on that. I'm making this choice. No, for real. And
No,
yet I
I
know,
agree.
yeah, be clear with yourself.
And
Stop.
then you're just doing the hand to mouth without the cigarette because
Exactly.
you still do
Exactly.
You're used to the
Exactly.
movement.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you don't crutch yourself, as Sapio said. You have to be aware that you're crutching yourself.
I like that. I
You
like
got an
that.
answer for that, Montana or Mister?
Montana, man, how do you what is an effective coping strategy for managing anxiety?
I don't really have no coping strategy, man. I just deal with shit head on. If it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen.
So
I'm
you ain't got no
I'm
I
just
philosophy.
like
being
that
real.
answer.
Head on, straightforward. I love
I
Yeah.
it.
like that answer.
I love
You
it. I
see,
love it. I love
can I just say something to that? And in all respect, Montana, see that statement, what he said to me, that's like his norm. That is his norm. What does that really mean? I deal with shit head on. That's his norm. He don't even have a thought in his head of how to deal with shit in a whole nother level, in a whole nother way. So people are stuck in these situations of the mindset that that's the way to be. People are stuck to don't even realize that your being can elevate to someone that you don't even recognize.
it. Right.
But
Right.
you have to let your norms go. You have to surrender to yourself. And look, let me say it to all my people of God out there, and that know me. The only way is through Christ. Because we can't do it ourselves. But we can think about it ourselves. We can start taking steps ourselves. We can talk to a counselor ourselves and say, you know what? I'll be stressed out all the time. I'm Montana. And man, well, how do you deal? I just be dealing with the shit however I deal with it. But you know what? I think it might be another way for me to deal with this shit. What is it? That's what we need to do.
Ain't no disrespect to you, but that's just what the fuck I do. I
Yeah.
just deal with shit how it comes.
Yeah.
I don't got time to sit here and go talk
But
to
see,
nobody about nothing because I'm not anxious about anything. I don't get anxiety. I
but it's
take that shit
stress.
on when
But
it
you
comes to my
stress.
face.
Mm-hmm.
I deal with it.
Right.
Whether it be positive or negative, I deal
Mm-hmm.
with it straight in and there. I'm the type of person like I don't like to let shit fester.
Okay.
So if it's a problem or I have a problem with something, I'm gonna address it right then and there. I'm not gonna sit around and wait for this and let this shit build up. Nah, I'm finna say something right then and there. That's just me. That's always been me.
Mhm. But
Yeah.
okay, so you think that if a person chooses not to deal with something right then and there, if I choose to deal with a situation and table it, that it's going to stress me? No, I'm going to answer you. Rhetorical question. It's not going to stress me. You know why I'm choosing to table it or not deal with it then and there? Because I want to make sure I deal with it properly, managing my stress levels.
I deal with that when it, you know what I'm saying. Hey,
Hmm.
the proper shit, I deal with that after it's done and over with. I don't really care about whether I do it properly or not. I'm gonna do it my way at the end of the day. How I feel about handling it. Now, do I sit down and think about things? Yeah, I'm not gonna be ignorant. So I don't sit down and think about things before I act. But a lot of times I don't think about shit. I just go ahead and act, and that's been my
Right.
problem. You know what I'm saying? I'm man enough to admit that's a problem for me because
Yeah.
Me too. Me too.
I have a very smart ass mouth, and
Right.
I don't take
Me
kind to
too.
people, you know, talking
Right.
down on me or talking to me like I'm a boy because I got a Napoleon complex. I've been little my whole life, so
Oh, okay.
you know what I'm saying. So you know, to getting
Hmm.
bullied or somebody trying to pick on me because I'm
Yeah.
smaller, I grew to
Yeah.
fight the fuck back and knock niggas the fuck out.
Hey, Montana, I appreciate your honesty with that because that's a real thing for men. I have some two of my cousins on each
Hmm.
side of my family, mother and father, are small, and I see it in them that they have it. One is different, and each one of them is different than the other. But
Yeah.
I appreciate and respect that you are able to, being a man, to admit that because it is a real thing. But look, when you say you react,
Hmm.
that's what we don't want to do. We want to always respond to things that protects you and the others.
Mm.
I
So what if
like
you don't
that.
care about
I
the
ain't gonna lie.
others?
And I look, I'm not innocent. I'm speaking what I know and I apply
Oh
it to
no, of course
myself.
not. I ain't
I
trying to,
react sometimes too because I be
yeah.
in my feelings. I actually recently just did that to a man, a friend of mine, and on the phone he's like, "Well, wait a minute. What makes you think you can talk to me like that? Do
Yeah.
I very calm? Do I talk to you like that?"
Yeah.
I was like on the other end at home, like, what? But it sat with me. I said, and he gave me something. Look, he gave me another tool, one to grow on more, one to add on to me, to
Yeah.
keep growing, and be mindful of myself. Yeah, and that's a beautiful thing as far as I'm concerned. When a person does that, because he could have came a whole nother way.
I came a whole
Absolutely.
nother way. What I said to you, Tony, Mister, hey, you ain't scared to talk to me like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Hey, he
yeah.
said, hell, fuck no.
Nah, see, yeah. So that, but look, that's why, and what he did, I use that as because what he did, my friend, was respond to me. I'm reacting. I'm throwing
Yeah.
reaction at him, and
Yeah.
me and him know why, but he responded to me, which gave me
Yeah.
nothing but to and think about it, and then be apologetic. So that's
Right.
why responding is important. If you react, you make somebody else react. That makes somebody else react. It's a whole big
Chain
pile of
reaction.
Reaction.
reactions.
Yes. Absolutely. I
Mhm.
agree with that. I think some other effective ways of managing stress or anxiety, it's just like, exercising is always good. Go for a walk, go for a run. I mean, pump some iron if you got to, because sometimes that that gets that out of you. You know what I mean? That aggression or whatever. Whatever. Eating healthy. We are what we eat. Sometimes your stresses or your anxieties don't. It's not even uh so much of a circumstances things. Is more of a physical thing. What are you putting in your body is causing you to have anxiety. Things that you're eating are causing you to
Yes,
stress.
yes,
Um,
yes.
so having a healthy diet is very important. Establishing support systems. See, a lot of us, especially us of melanin descent, we're not taught to ask for help. It's almost like frowned upon in our community. So
Hmm.
like I said earlier, speaking on the mental health issue, from our perspective, it's most we feel embarrassed to go and say, "Hey, I need to sit down and talk to somebody." A therapist. What's a therapist? Like we don't seek professional help, and I think we need to get out of our own way most of the time and
Yeah.
understand that the reason why there is a psychiatrist, the reason why there is a therapist is because it is needed. People don't have these
Yes.
jobs for no reason.
Yes.
These jobs weren't created out of thin air. These jobs were created because people need an
Hmm.
outlet. Somebody needs someone to get it off. I need someone to offload this. You know what I mean? Because the weight of the world get heavy for all of us. And if you hold that in too much, it can consume you, no matter who you are. I don't give a damn if you know, if you're the strongest man in the world, you just won the world strongest man competition. You still have a mental issue and mental disconnect when things are overwhelmed or overwhelming. So no matter who you are, how strong you are, that brain is very sensitive.
Hmm. Yeah.
Hey, to piggyback off that, like when I came back from overseas for my tour in the military, I didn't want to talk to nobody, but it was a lot easier to talk to a stranger and just like let everything out because it was mandatory. If
Yeah.
Marshall knows that. Marshall been through the same thing. Like it was mandatory. It was easier to talk to a stranger because he don't even know me. He not
Right.
gonna judge me,
Right.
and it was a
And even,
lot
even if they
easier.
did judge you, it's like they don't know you personally, so it can't hurt
Right.
you.
Yeah, so it didn't
Right.
You know,
matter. So it's like
I,
I told him stuff that y'all ain't know, but y'all know now probably because I
right,
felt he made me comfortable just being
right.
open with everything, and it
Hmm.
was mandatory in the military when we came back from overseas. Like for like I
Yeah.
did it for 12 months.
Not just in the military. If you're a police officer and you're involved in a traumatic situation, they want you to talk to somebody. If you are a firefighter and you're involved in a traumatic situation, they want you to talk to someone. Like
Hmm.
you have to talk to someone.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
if you have to do these for these professional jobs, what makes you think that if you experience traumatic situations in your personal life, that you can just deal with that? No,
just get
man.
over it. Yeah.
We are all human. You know what I mean? We all internalize things on a different frequency. So I think all of us needs to have someone to talk to. If it's not a
Hmm.
professional, it's someone who has a professional intellect, if you will.
Hey,
And to
you
piggyback
know,
off
you
what
go
you
ahead.
said, you know, my bad. And to piggyback what you said, I was talking to strangers. I think all of us is guilty of being on the other end of receiving, being in a store or being in a grocery store or at a gas station, and somebody in line or the cashier themselves just telling you their whole personal story. And I think that's why, because it's easier to get that off to someone who is not immediately connected to.
Hmm.
Yeah. So, but what that taught me, when I went through, when I got over this, is like fucking 2015, and since that, I've been like open. But what that taught me is, I seek therapy and people who I talk to every day. Like I see when I talk to you, Mister, or I talk to you, Marshall, or I talk to a lady, or I talk to Montana. I'm seeking therapy, even if I ain't going through nothing, but y'all going through something. It's still therapy for both of us.
Hmm.
And then I use that even at work. I listen to their stories and to my employees' stories. That's therapy to me. It's therapeutic. Today was a therapeutic Thursday for real. People going through some stuff at work that, and it let me know like maybe my life ain't going too bad, Sometimes you
Yeah.
got to put on your big boy shorts.
Yeah. But
But
see,
yeah,
that phrase that is used a lot today, to me, it
Some
that's a crutch. That really is a crutch. Because how do you know you to you is that as far as you're going? You're only going as far as that says. To me is what it is. What about other things that may be more helpful or added on to that and elevate you to different levels and spaces of understanding? You know, to shift your your journey. Then you don't have to maybe learn from the people at work. maybe you can sit in peace with yourself and learn from yourself.
Oh, that's a part
So
of it too. But you learn from everybody, and then you learn for yourself. Because hey, one thing I
yeah,
say, I come before everybody. I can because I put me before anybody.
no,
Because
right,
if
Hey
I'm not
man,
okay, then ain't nobody else okay in my
right.
house.
I
So I got
think,
to take care of me.
yeah, I don't know. Maybe I didn't say it right. I think you're missing the key. When people say like that, you said that's therapeutic to me.
Yeah.
I
What do
see what
you
she's
know?
saying.
What do you know about therapy? Are you licensed in therapy? Are you a scientist? Are you a person who has studied the human anatomy? Are you a biologist? Are you, all of these things matter for any person to say it's therapeutic to me. And sure, something may be therapeutic to you, but don't stop there. Don't just stay
Oh,
there.
oh yeah, I feel that definitely. But if it helps me, it helps me. And
Yeah.
and I
But then
always strive
but
for keep growing. I
Right,
always
but
strive for that.
then we just say, BU, it's very therapeutic. Not to me. Like shooting pool is therapeutic. Swimming, you got a lot of things that are therapeutic.
So you
It
put them
has
all
nothing
together.
to do with whether to say to me or me. So pick one, choose one or more, but there's other help out there.
Yeah, you put them all
don't just
together.
stay don't stay within your own understanding.
Yeah, you
Don't.
put them all together. It's like making one big goal, or you're going to make a lot of small goals that lead to that big goal.
Mhm.
I have to say, somebody else's lesson is a teachable moment for you.
Exactly. That's why you seek therapy and other. That's another small goal. That's another small goal.
Thank you, Mad Hatter, for not saying the for me. He said the for you.
That's
That
another
is true.
small goal.
That is definitely true, though. That's why we're here sharing and just,
I
Hmm.
think
sharing who we are. You
I
can
think
glean
when
from it all.
correct. I think when
Mhm.
people BU, I think when people like BU and even myself, when we say to me, I don't think this means like we cutting off the experience from being able
No.
to learn something from other perspectives. I think we're just basically letting you know, like from this perspective, from my perspective, this is what I found to work. You know what I mean?
Oh.
So this is why you get the term to me. Like,
Mhm.
oh, this is good to me. It may not be good to
Yeah.
you. Like this is therapeutic to me. It may not work for you, but to me, this is therapeutic. Like to me, for me, this is
Mhm.
what I try. And this is what, and the reason why we add me on it is because just because I'm giving you an advice on it, don't necessarily mean that the advice I'm giving is going to benefit you.
Well, maybe,
Yes.
look, here we go. For me,
To me,
I no, look, I just, when I'm speaking, it is me. So I just never see the sense in adding that term on there. If I'm speaking, that's good. It's me speaking it. You already know that. I don't need to say that's good to me.
yeah,
That's
but
good.
you can't expect everybody. You can't expect everybody to understand what you understand. So you got to
No,
make it real
no, no.
clear.
I don't have to. I can be
Well, you don't
grammatically
have
and
to. I like to.
I can be grammatically incorrect, and all of us should always be. And if I'm grammatically incorrect, and if anyone doesn't understand, that's okay. Ask, and then I'll explain. I'm never gonna. I don't believe in minimizing or diluting the English language. I always want to hit it or go further. And so
Excel.
we all can come up to greater understandings. As long as we keep speaking so diluted, we're, you're going to have a lot of bunch of dummies running around. For real, for real. We got to
More
elevate.
than now.
I'm an advocate. I'm a leadership. I'm a mother. I'm a teacher. This is what I do.
I could tell. I could tell.
Uh-huh.
What we got, Mister?
Hey, how could friends and family support someone that's struggling with mental health issues?
How could, say it again, Sapio?
Uh, yeah. How could friends and families support someone that's struggling with mental health issues? from your perspective?
under understanding them. But it comes even before that. It comes with you being open to them. Before they can help you, you gotta be open to them about your problem. Like,
That's
and they gotta be understanding. And I know it's hard to be open to certain situations. It sucks. But I mean, if somebody asks you what's wrong, you say nothing. How can they? How can they? You know, what there is? What guess and check? Like you gotta guess what's wrong with you. You know, my mama used to tell me that. What you got, lady? Oh, come on, lady. I see you. You over there. You over there. You over there marinating. You simmering over there.
That's a good question, and it has broad answers.
Yes.
Because sometimes people don't even know that they have mental health issues first.
That's a good
So
answer.
how could you tell somebody about something you don't know you have? Okay. But I think, secondly, it takes for the shift to continue.
Yeah.
To where families need to see each other a little more deeply and not accept these norms that we accept and have been accepting for years. You know, to see that, no, something's wrong like that.
Yeah.
You shouldn't act that way. You shouldn't be, something's wrong. It's not normal. And that's just based upon, again, the human anatomy.
But families would have to know each other close enough, or know each other on a personal level to catch that in the first place, because families ain't close like that anymore.
I was just about to say,
it's maybe a high school friend or a college friend, a couple of work buddies, and maybe a somebody in the neighborhood or something like that. But the friend outlet and everything, the social network, the outside network has shrunk.
Yeah.
I was just about to say something like that, because the only time my family really get together is like a funeral or a wedding, and that's true with us. And we're gonna do a fish fry, and then get to know each other for a little bit, and then we all disperse. And so I'm closer to most of my friends than my family. Mister and Marshall probably know more about me than my auntie. You know.
Mm-hmm. You
And
see,
I think that's what she was getting at. I think she was saying like
I agree with her.
We need to get to a point where we're not so disconnected, where that's not the norm, where we are more closely connected, so that we can be that village for each other.
Right.
And Roxanne, she said, by listening and understanding before responding in order to help them cope and overcome the issues. I agree with that.
Yes, I agree with that too.
Definitely.
I think I even will piggyback off that. It's safe, like, go ahead.
What? So I just want to say, so by listening, that's very good, Roxanne. I agree. But we have to understand, listening is not always hearing words. Listening is observation. Listening is vibration.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And,
I think
also, there's a difference between listening and understanding too, though.
Right. And I said that because a lot of people, what Roxanne has just given us, would say, well, how, I don't know, because they never said nothing to me.
You didn't understand what they were saying.
No, they never said anything. I had nothing to listen to because they never said anything to me. Listening goes beyond hearing words go into your ear.
I respect that. I think also we have to be open to giving them practical assistance. You know what I mean? Like, because sometimes what you may be recommending is something that is unpractical to the person that you're talking to. So sometimes we have to be practical to the person's circumstances. Mm-hmm. And also,
I go through that a lot.
Yeah, and I think also we need to get out of our way and get out of their way sometimes and say, hey, look, you need some professional help. And to say it in a delicate way, a way that they can receive it, and not in a way that they feel like you're attacking them. because a
Right.
lot of times people refrain from communicating or telling people their internal thoughts or conflicts because of the judgment issue. You know what I'm saying? To be able to, so if we're going to listen, let's listen without the judgment.
Right. Right. And which is
Give
very,
somebody give somebody a safe space to be open and honest and
yeah,
transparent.
which is very hard to do, and family is the worst to do it because we're too connected to them, and so I always say to people, first thing is go seek someone one to talk to outside of anyone who knows you.
But are you too connected to family if they're like distant and you're more connected to your friend? Like,
Me,
and you rather talk to your friend than your family? Or how can you say you too connected?
because I'm connected with my family
Okay.
more than any friend.
So you use what we said earlier. To me, all right, I get it.
No,
All
I
right.
know. Did I say to
Well,
me or for
me,
me? Me,
yeah,
I'm connected
yeah.
to my family.
And Matt
Yeah.
had got a comment. Let Matt Hatter speak, y'all. Give him the
Yes.
flow.
Personally, I'm gonna hide it and you wouldn't know a thing because I'll tell you a story right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I was writing stuff earlier, some of my old writings, and I didn't know what it was. And I kept writing Al Baghdadi and this and didn't know what it was. And I ended up writing an ISIS leader's name from a prison camp I was stationed at that ended up getting out and ended up getting assassinated under Trump's first term. So when you're writing things and I went and told people that I didn't know what was going on and I handed in the notebooks and everything, and they put me on a hold, and I was on a 72-hour hold, and then I was there for a month in a facility, and then after I got out, they set up appointments for like once a week in medication. They there was no, if you want to call that help, there was no like saying we're gonna get answers to this or anything like that. It wasn't until years later that I realized what I was writing was going on and everything. It was one of
Right.
those things. I was just lucky that
I agree.
dominoes fell.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree
It's
with you.
yeah. It's not easy out there to get help because some, like any business, people are not doing the best that they should or can do. It's a journey for many of people to find
Right,
the right shoe that fits for them,
right.
you know.
I,
And it's sad that it's that way. Um, but I've learned and believe in now and learned that your story, Mad Hatter, which I definitely like want to circle back at another time, but it touched a part of me just now. It's very profound. But yeah, to where you just accept people as they are. And that's where love and kindness always matters. Always matters. Yeah.
and if
Like
I had to,
I'll and to share something else, and I try to keep this private. I still yet to keep a stable job since I've gotten out and everything like that. I
yeah, yeah,
It's not something I'm happy with, being that I'm in my 40s. It's not something
Mm-hmm.
I'm proud of. It's not something I like saying out loud.
Yeah.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
right.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think the support system or the people that you leaned on for support, I kind of feel like they dropped the ball a little bit. When I'm hearing this story, because it feels like instead of trying, like you said, trying to figure out what was going on and get to the root of the issue, they immediately put you in the institution. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? And that was to them, that was the fix. And I think that it's better results than just immediate putting someone in some type of institution. And I think like those type of institutions kind of make people go crazy who not crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't think
Yeah.
isolation is good for anybody. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Those people fill you with drugs and then stick you in the room by yourself.
Yeah.
What type of shit? Excuse me. What? To me, that's
Yeah.
not no way to mentally help somebody. Where's the R&R? Where's the
Mhm.
endorphins
If you're
um
telling me it's either
restoration?
a prison or a mental facility, where's the escape room?
Exactly. You know what I mean? Because like I disagree with that. I disagree with that. I think, like I said, man,
Bad Hatter.
I hate that that was your circumstances. You know, everything
Yeah.
happened for a reason, and only God knows. You know, what I'm saying
Yeah.
the reason why you went through whatever you went through.
Yeah.
You know, and your test is everything that you went through is your test, and overcoming it is your testimony. You know what I mean? So you are going to be able to pull other people
Mhm.
who've been in those type of scenarios, and you'll
Yeah.
be able to talk and have conversations and dialogue where other people may not relate because they haven't been in those circumstances.
Yeah.
So everything that you do, every walk that you've taken, um, it's a journey necessarily for what we have to come. You know what I mean? So even though
That's
I
it.
feel like
That's it.
I personally
Hmm.
feel like the people dropped the ball. I'm glad that you're here with us today, brother. And this right here is gonna grow, and this is gonna make you a multi-millionaire, multi-billionaire, and all those people who had something negative to say about you, you're gonna be get the last laugh.
We
So,
got you, Mad Hatter. We got you. We got.
Hey,
But
man, had it.
listen.
Hey, this what you gonna tell them, bro. This what you gonna tell them. Fuck them.
But listen, in every trial and tribulation, there's something we learn from. There's something to learn from. Sometimes repeat trials and tribulations repeat because we're not getting the lesson. You can always find something in a negative space that you can be learned of or learn from, if that makes sense. So when you said if they lock me in the asylum, where's the way to escape? You accept the asylum and you sit in peace and try to find your puzzle. Talk to you know what I'm saying? It's all different. It's like it's like Jesus in the storm.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying in a different
Yeah,
way. I can
yeah,
learn what to do and what not to do. I
exactly.
seen you fuck this up. I ain't doing what
Right,
made you get in
right,
that situation, so I'm
right,
not doing that.
right. It,
This went good for
yeah,
you. All right, let me
yeah.
try that out.
The asylum similar to jail. You go in
Yeah.
jail, you wind up in jail. Like, why am I in here? I'm not supposed to be in here. So, and it's crazy in there, right? So
Yes.
you sitting there and you say, okay, which I said,
I've been in California twice.
this is not gonna happen
I've
again.
been in California twice, Colorado, Florida twice, and Rhode Island 2 or 3 times.
Yeah. So well, are you done yet?
Yeah, I hope so.
Ain't been done for some
No,
years.
no, you are.
Yes,
You
yes,
Yes.
yes,
are.
yes,
You
The
yes,
answer is
are.
yes,
yes.
yes,
You
yes,
are.
yes.
You say, I am done. And that's going to help you to make choices. And when you see something as you go to your life day to day, oh no, because if I know where the possibility of that will lead me to.
mm.
You know what I'm saying? It's like the broken record. It's scratching, saying the same verse over and over again.
I hate that repeating shit. Oh my gosh, I
Yeah.
hate it.
Yeah.
Montana,
You,
hey, bro, get the people. How can you, or what would your advice be for friends and family that's trying to support someone that's dealing with mental health?
from my own personal experience, it takes patience. It takes a sound mind and an open ear. Um,
Mm-hmm.
because, well, I'm not gonna put too much of my lady's business out there, but she is a mental health advocate. Medically diagnosed, takes medicine, all type of stuff. And with me, before us getting into a relationship, me working in the behavioral health field and dealing with people who were batshit crazy. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just say that. Dealing with people who are batshit crazy or had different mental health issues. I used to always be like, man, you can control it, or you just do. You know what I'm saying? You choose to be this way. You choose to be that way. Like, who the fuck wakes up angry? Like, how? And it took a while for me to finally sit back and say, all right, maybe, you know what I'm saying? Maybe it's not her choice to be mad or be angry. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's not her choice to lash out or say certain things. So to be that support system, in my honest opinion, man, you just gotta be very patient. You gotta have patience, man, and you gotta be willing to understand and to learn. Because if you're not willing to understand and to learn about the issue at hand, then honestly, there's no way for you to fix it or to try to make it right. It's only going to become worse and worse because you're going to start becoming subject to it, and you're going to basically fight fire with fire, and it's not going to make the situation any better. Excuse me, damn Red Bull tearing my ass up. But yeah, you're gonna fight fire with fire, and it's just gonna make the situation only worse. So for people, man, just shut up, listen. You know what I'm saying, and try to tell them to go seek help if you can. You know, like y'all said earlier, a lot of times people get in front of themselves and they don't want to see that professional help, but sometimes it's best for them too to go talk to somebody besides their mom or their dad or their best friend, somebody that
Mhm.
knows them.
That's
It's
why I
good to go
went to
talk to a
a
stranger.
stranger.
Yeah, it's good to go talk to a
Yes,
stranger.
that's what I was fucking. Yes.
I mean, I think we should look at it this way. When we want something work on our car, do we go talk to Sam, who don't know nothing about cars, about our car issue, or do we go refer someone who may have a little bit of a mechanical background? Just-
There it
If
is.
you if you're dealing with
Right.
some
Right.
with a health issue, you're
There,
gonna go talk to a health professional.
there
So
it
if you're
is.
dealing with a mental issue, why are you not talking to a
Talking to
mental
mental
professional?
absolutely, because it's a serious thing. It's nothing to take lightly.
No,
It's a serious issue.
it, it's really not nothing to take lightly. And then a lot of times, what I realize dealing with people who do have mental health issues, a lot of those people feel like they can heal themselves or fix themselves, and that's not the way to think. Because
But
sometimes we can't correct our own problems. Sometimes we do need that outside assistance or that outside outlet.
let me say this to that.
Hmm.
I was one of and many of human beings where I had my thing going on. I got my family. I work. You know, I'm doing this. I'm doing that. Party and I'm controlling. I'm rocking it. I,
You
listen.
twerking?
I was that. Oh,
You twerking?
can you hear me?
Yeah. No, yes, sir.
Yeah, I can hear. You can't
Oh,
hear?
okay. Yeah, I heard somebody say you're talking. I don't know. Was that BU? He
No, I
said
said, what you twerking? Say you twerking? What you twerking? Like all that?
it's a little it's coming in
You
choppy
you
now.
you got a connection issue, BU.
Yeah. But yeah, so
We good?
what go ahead, BU, you back?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. Yeah, I was controlling it. I was managing. I was good. Even when it got messy. That's all right. Pick myself, let's go. Until it just got too much. And I realized I can't do what I used to do. I'm sleeping a lot again in my life. Like I'm just zoning out, then I'm coming back in. My household is saying, yo, that's what you just slept like all week. Now you want to get up and everybody got to clean and do this. And why is this here? Why is this here? Why is it? So I just knew in myself, like, this is crazy because I'm listening to my family, whom I love and that love me too, that I'm taking care of. And we're taking care of each other. So what can I do about it? Got to go do
Right.
something about it.
You gotta go do something.
I had to let go of myself, surrender
Let go of your
myself
job.
to find out this belief. There you go. The belief in me, I can't do it. That was not easy for me, and it was kind of scary and not easy to
Yeah.
let go of control and let who have it.
Yeah.
Let who have it.
Yeah. Right. Right.
But I wind up in the valley in an unwanted place that I thought I would never be. And that's why I let go of my control. because they already had control of me.
Right.
So what a
Right.
perfect place to let it all go. And I came out glorious.
Amen. Amen.
Amen.
Beautiful. Beautiful to hear. All right, we're gonna transition our topic um
Here we go.
to HIV awareness and
Oh,
misconceptions.
okay.
Yes.
Well,
And
what?
Lady Ava is an advocate, so we're gonna have her read us question number 6.
Let me go to question number 6 now. Open that back up. Question number 6. Where's question number 6? I only have all of it. Say up to
Oh,
5.
maybe that's the additional ones I sent you.
Oh, okay. Let me keep going. Tell me the question, Sapio.
Yeah, I got you. I'm sorry, I got you. Primary modes of HIV transmission.
No, I didn't see. I don't have that on here at all.
Oh, okay.
Primary moles, MOL. What did you?
Modes.
Modes
Modes.
of
Modes. Like,
HIV transmission. See, I got to go from the top of my head. Today, we've come a long way. It's very hard to transmit the disease if you are called undetectable, which means that the virus HIV is not floating around in your bloodstream. Even a HIV test cannot detect that you are HIV positive because you are undetectable. And that's the thing where your T cells are above a certain level and your CD4 count is good. So if you're like that, thankfully today, and they're actually talking about it now, the CDC has spoken about it, doctors, healthcare is talking about it, to where you can be a little more intimate without such fear as once was. Still suggested to practice safe sex. And why? Because a lot of women, like myself, have gotten the transmission of HIV through her monogamous partner. Some women from their spouses.
right.
It is
Right.
not as easy. The percentage rate is low. Now I'll have to come back on our next and give the percentages because I did not, or I missed that question. So I didn't pull up my notes on that to give the accurate numbers. But I do know that the percentage rate is very low. I'm going to go and say at least 90% unlikely that women transfer the infectious disease to men. Obviously higher on the men's side to transfer the disease. And that's really how it transferred.
Wow.
Yeah. So then you have, the sharing of needles for people who have intravenous addictions. I also learned too at my time that even other substances like powder cocaine, and if you are HIV positive, and what they call the quill that you use to sniff your cocaine and pass the bill, that quill could get a minute amount of your mucus, maybe, or blood, and that could pass it on. But
Oh,
thankfully
wow.
today, there's a large number of human beings that live undetectable,
Yep.
so that's not considered that. Anal sex is a high rate to transfer the disease
Yep.
through anal sex. Anytime you're breaking the tissues of the human anatomy or vessels and blood starts to excrete, you're coming into contact. If you have an open wound on yourself, then it can transfer that way. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so it's important. It's a lot of background noise from somebody. I can't hardly hear myself. I don't know who it is. But thank you. Yeah, but it's important that we know I want to touch on one other thing. The blood transfusions that happened, and that's not, I don't even know of a case that's happening now, or has happened recent years, because they just make sure that all the blood is clean and everything. They're really good on that. We've come a long way. So, and then there's just not taking blood from. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Phoenix
Oh,
person said
it's
she
not.
was. She said she was today's years old when she found out this. She said she is very helpful. Thank you.
Oh, wow. I was today years old when I learned this. Thanks to you very. Okay. What do you
She
mean?
said
What does
she.
she mean? I was today's years old.
I mean, she found out that she just learned that today. That's a phrase
Oh,
young people. That's a phrase
yeah,
young people be saying. They're like,
yeah.
"I'm today years old when I found out."
Oh, okay,
They
okay.
basically said like, "I
Yeah,
just learned that today." Yes.
yeah,
And she
yeah.
also said that I thought that once you have it, that's it. That you transmit it to someone else.
No, no, and also, so what HIV is the virus, um, is that it starts with, it goes into AIDS if the virus goes undetected, and then the virus takes over your immune system, transmits their messages to those cells, and creates more HIV viral load in the body. And then if your counts fluctuate, which go down, your T cells very low. I had a T cell of 6 when I found out. I had no idea that that was even in my body. And they said, you're pushing daisies. So I literally had to, whatever cocktail they gave to me, is just to wait to see if I was going to live, if it was going to work. So I prepared myself to die. Mm-hmm. I prepared myself to die, but it did work. And this is what I'm here. So, I, at the time I was diagnosed, they said, you have AIDS. I said, what? And I thought, Phoenix, that I didn't know, because I didn't keep abreast of this infectious disease once it hit the land. My diagnosis was in 2010, 2011. So I thought that was it. Okay, I'll be saying sayonara. I was shocked, but no. Then I learned, no. If your T cells come back up, we get your immune system healthy. We catch that virus that's in your body, and capture it with a good cocktail, which is the medicine, the meds, and then maybe you can live. We have good medicine nowadays. Oh, really? So when you have AIDS, you're just not stuck with AIDS. You can actually go from AIDS back to HIV, because everyone starts from the virus HIV. If anyone that has it has been infected by it, yeah, it's when it goes untreated that. So we can live strong, long lives nowadays. It does give us other health issues. Many people have. I've been kind of fortunate to this point myself, but it's important to keep yourself healthy and practice safe sex.
Is treatment and medication for HIV way more advanced now? I think you kind of
Yeah, I
mentioned
covered
that.
that. It is. It is. Definitely it is. And let me cover more on that, because now May 18th was HIV vaccine awareness day. So HIV has a whole calendar year of different various awareness days throughout the months. So the vaccine awareness day is, let me go to that, was May 18th. And what they're doing is, progress has been made. They are working on a vaccine to give people, so you're protected to not get HIV, which is good news. Very, very good news. So just a little reading to give to you guys and the people. HIV continues to be a major threat to public health, with over 38.4 million people living with HIV worldwide and this is in 2021. This article I'm reading from here is John Hopkins. And it says, we are still trying to outsmart the virus. It's an ever-changing nature that leaves methods of vaccine development failing flat. The thing is with that is that this land is full of viruses. This land that we live on, this earth is full of viruses, and they're always having to what's new viruses show up, like what happened with the COVID. But they're always learning about the virus, and viruses always mutate into something more. So they always have to get a hold. It takes a lot of learning and research for them to do that. Um, Another thing is, wait, where's my other question? I'm sorry, guys, because I went to something else. Here we go. Nope, that's
It's
not what I
okay.
want.
While you pulling it up,
Uh-huh.
Queen's person asked. She said, is it an extensive treatment, or is it something as simple as one pill a day?"
It can be for some. Some people do take one pill a day. Others
I've
have
seen. I
more
looked it
than
up.
one
It was
pill a day.
yeah.
Yeah, it could be minimum to two pills a day or one pill a day. And it
Or you can
varies.
pay more and get annually
You can pay more, you said?
and get annually.
You can get it annually, like
That's not
yearly.
yet. That's not yet. They're working on that too.
They're working on that. Yeah,
Annually,
that's yeah.
yeah. That's not available yet, but they're looking at that and working on that too. To get like it's a shot. A shot.
And that's
Yeah.
gonna cost some money.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, Lady Alice, when you
Yes.
undetectable,
Mm-hmm.
when you undetectable, if you were to have sex unprotected, could you transfer it?
No.
Yeah. I'm learning something new
No.
today.
No.
Because I was always fearful, and just because we all are uneducated. I mean, we're all
Yes.
naive
Yes.
to the subject. So
Mm-hmm.
and if you don't know what naive means, I'm not picking on nobody. If you know what the English language is, folks.
I can say the fear for me came from the video they showed us in high school in the 2000s. I don't know if you remember that movie.
What movie?
It was a movie.
What's
It was a movie about AIDS. It starred the Greg Brady, the guy who had who was Greg Brady.
Who's
Are
Greg
you
Brady?
talking not the Philadelphia story? Is that it with Tom Hanks? That's the one that jumps off my
No,
mind.
no, no. This was a sex ed class movie.
oh, you talking sex
Oh,
education classes? Okay.
But this was it would not be allowed in schools nowadays.
right,
Oh,
right,
okay.
right, right,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't
right.
recall that. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. So, as far as the vaccines, they're telling us that researchers are actively working on developing vaccines for both HIV-1 and HIV-2.
Yes.
Because these are different viruses, they will likely require separate vaccines. The development process is complex. Mhm. And different vaccines may need to be created for various regions, depending on which HIV types are most prevalent in those areas. So, with viruses, what they do is actually take some of that virus to make the
Right.
vaccine.
And yeah. So your
Right.
cells like know how to fight it off.
Right. So, like sometimes, and they could come up with, and they say, "Oh, we think we have one," but then that virus goes and mutates. Now we got to
Yes.
go
Now
back to
you
the
fuck.
drawing board. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So,
I'd like to say something.
huh? Go ahead.
Yeah.
I'd like to say something. One
Yeah.
thing I did learn, but before I went to the base I went to in Iraq, is we learned that a lot of the foreign soldiers were HIV positive. That was a very big thing.
Yes,
This
yes. Listen,
that was very big, and we had to watch out for that.
yeah, I learned that too. Once I started to develop the hummingbirds and was deciding to do this. A lot of veterans, came home HIV positive and no one knew, and then until they knew about HIV, and still it was no one knew that all these veterans had HIV. I mean, you think of the mindset of a veteran, they're soldiers, tough guys, that you men know. I'm good. but a lot of them. So a lot of them brought it home and it got transmitted that way too, not knowing.
We got a question from Phoenix person. She said, "What happens if you miss a dose of the medication? How bad does it affect your body? As in, will the virus become
Mhm.
detectable again?" Sorry,
Yeah.
if this is an ignorant question. I don't think no question is an
No,
ignorant question.
no, it's not an ignorant question. It's not good to miss a dose. Always take your medicine as you should take it, instructed from your physician. Um, Taking medicine daily, talking about myself, I shouldn't miss a dose. What could happen is, yeah, it can fluctuate with my T cells and my CD4 counts, and you don't want that. So I always, taking medicine keeps me healthy. If I'm undetectable and if my counts are up to over 1,200 or 1,500, it's like I'm choosing. That's where I want to stay. So let me make sure that I don't miss a day. Let me make sure other things in my lifestyle that I'm doing to maintain my health. Because it's not just about the medicine, also, it's about whole. This is a curse that keeps on giving, but yet it puts you, it pushes you into take care of yourself like you never have before, which we all should be doing without the curse that keeps on giving. you know, but it really does that. So I look at it in a blessing way that way, So if, and also another thing with missing too many doses, a lot of doses, you can then become like immune to that cocktail that you have or that medication that you're taking to manage your HIV. Then they'll have to find you another medicine. And it's not always that that medicine will work for you, you know. So it's not good to not take your medicine. You have to take your medicine to stay
Okay,
healthy.
I got a question.
Mm-hmm.
They in with not even your situation, and in this whole situation, like you don't aim for guys who has the same situation, or like how do you let people know, or do you have people that run away from you or shy away from you once you
I've
let
ex-
them
I,
know?
okay, so it took me some time to choose to disclose my status. It took
Okay,
some a good amount of time. Even not all my family know. I was literally like sometimes the elephant in the room when that topic came up. you know. So as I took the time with myself to, which is natural and true to me, true to natural and true to me, because I like to live in my authenticity. I like to be me. I don't like to have to not say this and not say that. Then I'm not sharing all of me. Definitely to ones I want to do it with. And also because of my health at in the early onset, my body healing and so much I was going through, my mental health was off the chain. And imagine your friends and family and seeing you go through these fluctuations and everybody's wondering what's wrong. I know in family, then they're gonna say, "Oh, you just need to this. Oh, you lazy. Oh, you all of the." And I've went through that. Oh, you just think. No, I don't. No, I blame in the beginning with the majority out after my immediate family, like my children and then my mom and my sisters. I was telling them it's Lyme disease because I also got Lyme disease. And I was at like stage 4 of Lyme disease, getting paralyzed and stuff.
yeah,
But
you're a powerful woman. All right, I see you.
yeah, yeah. So I put it on that, because everyone, your family got, oh, just to, and judge you incorrectly. So I knew it was important for me to be me. So I have to come to a point in my life to where I can disclose, and it doesn't matter if it's a negative response I get, if I get rejected, it doesn't matter. Because what matters is me, my life, and being comfortable in that and stop hiding myself because I was hiding. So I got there to that point to do that. As far as men are concerned, and my family all embraced me. There was no issues there. Not to my face at least, and none that I
Yeah,
could see. Yeah. So, as far as men are concerned, I did get to the point to where I started to allowed myself to be open to a man being interested in me, even me being interested in him, but I was quiet. So once I opened up to that, then I didn't say anything right away. The first one that I told, it wasn't good. He left. It was a whole big thing. I mean, it
Yeah.
really was a whole big thing. Dude told me, he says, I'm homicidal.
Oh shit. Hey, you gotta
I
get you a
said,
pistol.
what? I
Yeah,
said,
you
what?
gotta get a pistol.
I didn't even comprehend what he was saying. I had to ask my girlfriend. I was calling him like, he said he's
It would
homicidal.
kill you.
What does that mean? She said, girl, what are you talking about? What? I said, yeah, that's what she said, BU.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was we're friends though to this day, but not, because he's intertwined like
But
doing
but but that's the
with my
reason is
in-laws.
because okay, yeah, but the reason is because we are educated on it.
Yeah, exactly. So that experience even made me more want to say, okay, we need to really educate, especially within the Black community and our Black men. There's too much stigma and discrimination within the Black culture already. We don't need to be doing that to ourselves or to one another. We really need to be educated on this, and because then what does that mean? I'm devastated, and this really was devastating because I myself felt like, oh my gosh, there's no one who's gonna love me again ever, because
Yeah.
who's gonna want me? Because I could, like, when you feel contaminated,
That's
who's
why
gonna
I asked
want
you
me?
if you like reach out to people who's in your
Yeah,
condition.
yeah. No, so
Because
one
some
more
people will
story.
do that.
Yeah, so one more story. I started to disclose more and more, but I choose. Like
Yeah.
I read a person's energy and things like that, so I choose. Sometimes I can choose right then and there. Sometimes I'm not sure. I have to sit back and I don't say nothing. One time I chose right then and there. It gave me. He said to me, "Thanks. Thanks. No, honesty is everything." That's what he said to me. Right away. I was shocked. I was surprised. It really gave me good comfort. I was just like, wow. I didn't say that at the time,
Yeah.
but and he's taller than me. Oh, okay. And I just felt instant comfort. So that was beautiful. Um, I don't look for men who are HIV positive. I don't look for men who are not. I'm just
You just
open to
look for
have
one.
someone in my life to share my life with. It's super important for me now, and someone who's willing to share their life with me. Yeah, but I think I probably would rather, just in my immediate thought, that not be HIV positive.
Yeah.
Just so there's a difference. Always like difference. you know, always
I
like
feel that.
difference.
I
Yeah,
definitely feel that.
yeah.
This person got a few questions. First, she said, "How much toll does the virus take on you?"
Oh, it takes a lot of toll. It varies from one person to the next. Um, it makes most people, depending on how sick you are, how much the virus is in, over the viral load is in your body. For me, when I was at 6 T cells, I couldn't take more than 5 steps. I couldn't even take 5 steps without having to stop because I
It
couldn't
was
breathe.
tiring. You got
I
tired.
couldn't
Okay.
breathe. 2 steps, maybe two and a half. Then I have to stop and breathe. And then I go again. Yeah, I couldn't. And it constantly felt like it was a Mack truck just on my chest, just fighting.
Whoa,
So yeah, yeah. And there I was afraid to even sleep, because how could
man.
I sleep with that feeling? Like, I feel like once I get sleep,
And
I
then
might
you ain't
not
waking
breathe
up.
at all. Right. I'm
Yeah.
gonna stop breathing.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So
Matt,
yeah,
Matt
it's
had a
go
yeah,
ahead.
yeah. You want to read that, Matt Hatter?
As well as other infections, diseases, conditions, viruses take a toll on the human body. What is something you noticed changed since you got diagnosis where you say this came from the HIV?
mental health, mental health.
Okay.
Um, it was there prior to my diagnosis, but once I was diagnosed, it dotted more I's and crossed more T's of what I was going through because of the virus in my body, which I didn't know. Literally, like, so I literally had to conversation with my mother. It didn't come right away, but over time, I said, and obviously over time I'm getting healthier. So I said, this thing that I did then, or how I was and what you said and how you looked at me, it was because of your daughter. My body was sick. My body was sick. So it affects a lot about you and your way of thinking and processing and all of that. And then I was fighting mental health too at the same time. Mm-hmm.
We thank you for your openness and your transparency.
You're welcome. Thank you for asking me to share it. It's not easy all the time. I get better. I can tell y'all this, and I'll share that because I used to always instantly start to tear up and cry, and it didn't bother me because it's part of my journey. It's always an
Right,
emotional thing for me, but
right.
sometimes it doesn't do all of that all the time, or it's here though, and that's okay. And to any woman out there, it's okay. It's okay.
Thank you.
I
Stand
know
up and
that's right.
shine. Yeah, stand up and shine. I'll come out and hold your hand. I am
Tell us,
out.
tell us, what are some common misconceptions about HIV and AIDS?
That you're gonna die, and that oh, you must have been on drugs. That for men, oh, you're gay. You know, um that you've been sleeping around a lot. All of those type of things.
I
Mm-hmm.
got one. I got one. Cause my uncle died of AIDS. I was a
Oh,
little
really?
kid. I
Ooh.
was a little kid though, and my misconception was, I thought if like I touched him, like
You were going to get it.
like
That too.
yes, like real shit. Like I
Yeah,
thought like that. I was kid. I was naive
yeah.
though. I was like 9 years old.
Body fluid leak has to be
That
passed.
too. Body fluids. Yeah, body fluids. If you spit on somebody, yeah, if you touch them, those are but on the onset, those things are still true. Body fluids is still true. But if you're undetectable, then you don't have to be concerned yourself, the person that's undetectable, because your body fluids, the viral load is not within your bloodstream like that. But yeah, but if you're not undetectable, you have to be very cautious. Really, you're contagious.
Right.
You're contagious with the virus, so you have to be very careful.
Yeah, but we used to fish. I didn't want to fish with him no more. It's like it was like
Yeah,
I was naive. I was very naive because I
yeah,
didn't know. All
yeah.
I knew was what the adults said, and they ain't no shit. So it's like,
Right,
all right,
right.
Right.
yeah,
Yeah,
I think there needs to be more education.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Absolutely,
yes,
absolutely.
I agree.
Because I'm learning so much today. I'm 35 years old.
See,
You know what I'm
and
saying? And I've been having sex
Honestly,
that's
five
exactly.
good.
times. You know what I mean?
And
So
yeah, and that's good that you guys at your age group that you're learning something because you need to.
yeah,
You
absolutely.
need to because there's women out there who don't want to say anything.
Yes.
And how could you be in a loving relationship and just I mean, I'm speaking for myself and not say anything. How could you keep that hitting? And is that right to do that?
No, it ain't
Yeah,
right. They don't love that person.
You
and
know?
you
Um.
got it all over your social media, so they know. I see your
And
social media.
Yeah,
You got
yeah,
it.
yeah,
You got it everywhere. You let people know.
yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, thank you for that. Thank you for that. When I started, I had a partner with the Hummingbirds, and we started on the radio, which is on powered by On the Block radio station, and I was using Alva as I still do, and she was using another name that no one knows her by. But Alva, like that's actually my middle name. My family
Right.
knows me, but most of my friends and people didn't know. But then I was asked the question, well, like, once you start talking and people who tune into that radio say, they gonna be like, that sound like Eve. They call me Eve for sure. Well,
Right.
I deal with that as the time comes, you know. But I just kept moving on with Alva, and I knew it was important that I can't do it and stay behind the scenes. I have to. It's the only way to do it for me, you
Right.
know. So
I I dated a woman that was HIV positive,
oh.
and and we talked on the phone for a while before we meeting each other, but we
Mm-hmm.
would FaceTime and all these other things. It's digital world now. And we spoke and talked for a while before she disclosed that information to me. And because I was able to know the person without me trying to separate, like label her with that and try to
Mm-hmm.
separate her just because she was, because like the the earlier me would have been naive, and as soon as she would have told, hey, she would have told me on the very first encounter. At the time I was before I met her, and the mindset that I was before I met her, if she would have told me on the first encounter, I would have been ignorant, and I would
Mm-hmm.
respond ignorantly. But
Mm-hmm.
the fact that I was able to get to know the young lady and know her on a personal level, when she told me, it didn't matter. I didn't give a
Wow, beautiful, beautiful.
because like that was just it was just something that she had. Like that,
Right.
just like if she would have had lupus or
That's
asthma,
it.
you know what I mean? Like you know what I mean?
As
Like
as they say, everybody has something.
yeah, yeah. So like to me, once and so I understood why some I can understand why some women withheld the information. But see, we
Mm-hmm.
it was a social relationship. We had never physically seen each other. But when we
Mm-hmm.
spoke about trying to see each other physically, that's when she, you know, was forthcoming
Sad.
with the information. You
So
know what I
did you
mean?
see her? Did you guys meet up?
I didn't get to see her.
Oh, you
No, I didn't
didn't.
get to.
Oh,
I didn't get to see her. But if the opportunity would have had presented itself, I would have went and seen her. Yes, absolutely.
okay. Okay.
Yeah.
All right,
That's
all
good.
right, all right. So yeah, that's good. I ain't gonna lie. Um, had I heard that without actually talking to you, lady,
Mm-hmm.
I'd have been like, yeah, nah, yeah, this ain't happening because I wasn't educated on it. Because I'd have
Mm-hmm.
been,
Right.
I would have never held the conversation with her after that.
Mm-hmm.
Like you got,
Right.
yeah,
Right.
because I wasn't educated,
Right.
and I would have just, I would just not responded after that. None of
Yeah.
that,
Yeah.
because
So that. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
there's a
Honestly,
lot of women out here, but I mean,
yeah.
but I can respect the honesty of her, which means
Mm-hmm.
Honestly,
and now
and
looking back, she probably educated on the situation just like you, so she
Mm-hmm.
knows better. So,
Mm-hmm.
but
honestly, it made me
I would
respect
have
her
never
more.
did it.
It made me
It
respect
made
her
you
more.
respect her more. Nice. Yeah.
It made me
Yeah.
respect her more. And like honestly, bro, like I even fell for her. Like I had love for that woman. You know what I
Oh,
mean? Like
wow.
I was,
Wow.
it was already past that point. So like I did,
Yeah.
it didn't matter.
Yeah.
You know what I
Nice.
mean?
That's a beautiful story.
But the thing is,
Nah, that shit
she had to
matters.
she had to withhold it. For allow me to get to know her. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
Right.
I understand why some people do. I
Right.
understand both perspectives. Me,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, and the educated man me now would not
Hmm.
mind to know up front. You know what I
Right.
mean? But this is also a lot older, more mature, and educated person.
Right.
The younger, uneducated version of me, you know what I'm saying, would have, like I said earlier, I would have responded ignorant. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? So
And
so
yeah.
and so yeah, but now and see, even then with that relationship, I still didn't educate myself. And so I
You just.
still, like I said, I still did a lot of learning today. You know what
Hmm.
I mean?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because
Um.
I
Nah,
didn't, I didn't, because I didn't understand the technical and undetectable. I didn't understand that.
Right.
So you just
See,
the way you broke it down,
yeah.
like I completely understand it now.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's good. I guess I did a okay job.
Hey, hold up, Papa. Yo,
But
so Roxanne said, "Hey, lady, you want to read that comment?"
I feel it is so important to address something personal like that prior to sexual contact. I agree. Honestly, it's honesty is so important and gives the other person the opportunity to continue a relationship. Or okay, that's it. Doesn't
You
stop at
gotta keep it
or.
real. Yeah, no, or friend. She put or
Okay,
friendship. You gotta
okay,
keep it real. If you know you got some shit, and you don't fucking tell me, you want to fucking intimate with me, like that's not fair to
okay.
me,
First
and
of
I fall
all,
for you.
no one has to disclose anything about their health. Some states, though, it is you have to. Not when some states you don't.
I live in
And
Florida.
that's where in some states, I think I'm not sure if Florida is still a state where they criminalize HIV. And there's plenty of advocates and organizations that are fighting to stop that. Like, you can be jailed because I didn't tell you I had HIV and we slept together. Do you
She
know what I'm
said in
saying?
Texas you have to.
Yeah. So it varies from state to state. But let me tell you,
The thing,
this is a big deal. As a
if
woman,
you don't
Not even
directly ask
HIV.
them,
It should
if you
just
don't directly ask somebody if they have something and you lay
yeah,
down
let me
unconsciously,
exactly. Let me
then
say that. That's what I'm going to get into. This is a big deal. First of all, when from a woman's perspective, to contract that virus, and let's say, for me, my life was good, basic. Now I have to add this thing that I have to choose whether I want to say something to somebody and not to have, let's say, to have a moment of intimacy with that person. Now, whether it be just a mental and emotional moment, and definitely now extend it out to the physical moment. If I go ahead and do that, wait, maybe everybody say no. How do I take care of my physical moment, my physical needs? So sometimes a woman might say, you know what? I don't have to in the state. I don't have to disclose. I need to have. I need something for me, and that's just. I know I can't get them sick. I know I'm not contagious. I know my health is good. I'm undetectable. I'll make sure he wears a condom. I don't have to say nothing, but I'm going to take care of my need, just like Sapio men go to take care of their needs. Now, why is
that,
this
right, yeah, that's
infectious? Why
wearing
is
a
this
condom.
infectious disease singled out? Before HIV, AIDS, there was a whole slew of sexually transmitted diseases.
I think that's what you're talking about.
There is no man that I have encountered thus yet, and I'm not out there in the world, and I've talked to other women that say, "Oh, are you do you have any sexually transmitted diseases?" They don't ask that. There are still some men who want to come and be intimate with a woman and don't even have a condom, ready to go like that. But if the woman says, when she says, "Oh, I'm HIV positive," all of a sudden every disease can really bring you to your death if you don't treat it.
I agree with that.
It's a double standard. It doesn't make any sense, but more on what Sapio said. Why am I responsible for your sexual health? I'm not. I'm only responsible for mine. So if I choose not to tell you, I don't have to. If you ask me,
Hey,
it's a different story.
yeah, that's crazy. That's wild to me because like if I got something, I ain't out here sexually active. That's
Yeah,
crazy to me.
yeah.
And I'm not, and I wasn't talking about your situation. I'm just saying in general. If I got something, I'm
Yeah,
not
I'm
out
talking
here
in
doing
general
nothing.
too. I'm not talking about specifically me and all that covering that whole pod, but
That's
in
crazy.
general. it's if you don't ask, if you want
I
to
ain't that
know
horny.
about someone's status, then men, you have to say, darling, do you have any sexually transmitted diseases? You have to say it.
Hey, let me
It's
see
not
them
on.
papers. Let me see them papers.
No, and we really should be asking each other, are we? How's our health status on that
Shit, you can see
level?
my papers.
We really
Yeah,
should.
honestly,
But if you
that is
don't,
true though.
then you hold the responsibility of your life, just as I hold the responsibility of my life. But there are people, women like me, that as I hold the responsibility of my life, therefore I hold the responsibility of yours in the sense that I'm not out to harm anyone. Do you
Right.
understand? So it's just
Right.
as simple as that.
I think we are our own controllers of our safe sex. And I think the only safe sex is no sex. So if you having sex, you understand the circumstances of what you get into. And if you didn't go sit down with this person and get tested with this person before y'all lay down with each other, you are subject to them lying to you. You don't know.
You don't know. And then how often do you continue to get tested if you're in a monogamous relationship? Because we are all fallible. We are all
Exactly.
fallible.
I
You
don't know,
know?
but I can tell you if I got something, I'll be you. I'll be keeping it. Hey, I ain't fucking shit. I gotta fix this shit. I ain't fucking you,
Yeah.
or I'm gonna let you know. Like, I mean, that's real simple. Like, it don't get no. Everybody ain't me. Everybody ain't like this. Everybody ain't like
Yeah.
lady. Everybody ain't like lady. Like, you got a whole page about it, but everybody ain't like that. But
Yeah,
to
this is
me, if it was me, I'm gonna let you know this. Hey, this I got this shit going on. You want to fuck with me or not? That's it. Real simple. It's real simple.
but
People make
I
situations
get why
hard.
women want to wait because she wants to be judged correctly, not
Yeah,
judged based because of her health condition.
yeah,
So I get why women do that, and I think it's lovely. Yeah, why
yeah.
not? Because we don't know if your mindset is ignorant or not
Hmm.
until we get to know. So meanwhile, I'm not going to say anything because as we're learning each other, I have to learn about your mindset. That's
Right.
another thing. It really takes a woman who's HIV. Now, really, I really gotta pay attention to a man's mindset
Right.
Yeah.
because
And
uh huh.
I mean, lady, like she said, if I'm undetectable and I know that I can't transmit it to you, and I'm taking safe practices with you, why do I have to disclose that information for you to judge me?
Right, right. Because exactly.
When
I
I
mean,
know that you may not be educated, when I know that you may not be educated on the matter, if I can't,
Right.
if
I
the
get,
thing is this, if I cannot
I
transmit
get
it
a,
to you, why do I have to tell you that that's something I carry?
I mean,
what
that's
Because
that. That's a
what if you
difference
what if
between
you
us. But
conceive a child?
you
What
don't
if
go
you
around telling
conceive
people
a
that you got
child?
asthma on your first date.
Wait.
You
hey,
can't
What?
transmit that to them.
Marshall, you hear me? Hey,
What if
Marshall,
what
what you say?
what if you conceive a child?
Oh,
What is-
conceive a child.
But
Yes.
if
Oh,
I'm non-detectable, then the
okay.
child won't. You won't get nothing. The child
Right.
won't get
The
it.
child won't get it. Right.
I'm not putting
No.
nobody at risk because I'm
Undetectable.
Are we
Right.
non-detectable.
talking about AIDS? Or we're talking about other disease
Undetectable.
too.
Yeah.
Okay.
We got other
Undetectable. No, the
diseases
child is
too.
good.
We got other diseases too, though.
And it can
That's
Mhm.
also
her.
come through the mother's breast milk. But if she's undetectable, she should be good. The virus does
She
still.
said, does it
Yeah,
transmit to an unborn child
Mm,
too?
we got other diseases that can
yeah.
transmit
It,
No,
to a kid.
no,
bring it.
Roxanne, if you're undetectable, if a woman is undetectable with the
We're not
HIV
talking about
virus,
no. We're not talking
she,
about that. We're talking about
oh,
disease in general. Disease in
well,
general.
what is Roxanne talking about?
I don't know, but I'm talking
I mean,
about
she's
disease
talking
in
about
general.
HIV. She's talking about HIV.
Okay, okay.
So disease in general, like you can pass on like anything to your kid.
Herpes,
Yes,
syphilis, yeah,
all that.
yeah. I
Like
know those two. I'm not sure of what. I don't know what else that a child coming through the canal can pick up.
yeah,
Hmm.
that's why I'm not you speaking as a woman. I'm speaking as a man. As a man, if I got some shit, I would let that lady know. Hey, Hey, you gonna fuck with me? You gonna fuck with me? If ain't, he ain't. That's it.
Well, let me say you this. That's what you say. Do you have some?
Do I have
Let me
what?
go there with you. Okay, I have to. I don't like to use profanity, but do you have some shit?
No.
No. So how do you know what you don't have? How do you know what you would do with what you don't have?
What do you mean?
You saying if I had some shit, then I would let a woman know. How do you
Yeah, you
really
have
know what
to.
you would do with what you don't have? You don't have any shit. You don't have any venereal disease. You don't have any sexually transmitted disease.
You're thinking that.
So you don't even have your prints are not even feeling what that is to have it. So you
But
don't
why?
know necessarily
What I do
what
have
you
is
would do.
what I do have
That's
is
what I'm saying.
feelings. What I
We
do
all
have is
have
feelings.
feelings. We all have feelings. What human being don't have feelings?
We don't have the same feelings.
And no, but what does feelings have to do with it? We all
Yo,
have the emotion of
I'm about to
feeling.
put her in this situation in a situation that I'm in and she don't know about it. Like
What
you got to give
situation
people.
are you in? Look.
No, I'm
Right. So we're
saying,
going at it. No, we're going at it. But I'm listening to how you're thinking and what you're saying about it.
all right.
And
If I
it
got some
doesn't.
shit and she ain't, or she ain't got, if I got some shit and then I'm just horny and like, yo, you gotta let somebody know. That's the thing. For me, it's not for you. It's
No,
for me.
well, see, you just going back repeating. I heard that, but I said something to you based on what I heard you say. That what you just repeated. You don't know for sure. You don't really know what you would do unless you are in it.
Okay, so
And I'm gonna also ask you to let's change the language because it's not kind to say if I got some shit. That's really
that's
not
fine.
kind.
I
Let's
respect
call
all
it
this.
what it is. If you give names to what the viruses are. Don't say if I got some shit. Because
I respect my
literally that's
elders.
how you're looking at it. It's unkind, it's disrespectful. I don't have no shit. I have a virus that lives in my body, but I am not contagious to anyone. And I
I
don't have
respect
to tell you.
and I respect that, but we're not talking about you. We're talking about me.
And what you missed? You must
I
Mad Hatter help him out. I'm
no.
talking to
Hey,
you, BU. Who
yeah,
you think I'm
yeah.
talking to?
You're talking
I'm
to
not
me, but
talking about me.
you are making it seem like you're talking about you. I'm talking
I
about me
speak for
in the event.
I speak for women. What does it say under there? Does it say somewhere advocate and leadership for women living positive with
No, I
HIV?
can't see it.
So I come
Oh yeah, I
across
see it.
that
I see
way. Okay.
it.
But if women tell me no, you can't speak to me or individual women, I say that's fine. I understand, I respect.
I
But
get
I
it,
project from a woman's space, from a woman's virtue.
and I respect that fully, 100%.
All right.
I definitely respect that
All right.
100%.
So now let me hear you say it. If you got what?
Some shit.
No. No. See, that's what
All
you're
right,
gonna have is some shit. I'm gonna mail something to you.
hey, you got some shit on the way.
Would venereal disease still count, or even though you didn't get yours from a sexually yes, you did. So would venereal disease still count?
What do you mean? Does it still count? Yeah, venereal disease. What do you mean? Does it still count? I'm not connected.
I was thinking autoimmune would be different from venereal.
Oh yeah, it is different. Yeah, because HIV affects the immune system. It is like a type of autoimmune. It tears down the immune system.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then your body without a healthy immune system, your body can't fight off other viruses, colds, the flu, now COVID. For
Now
the immune.
that's why I can
Yeah.
agree with you. At. I know exactly what you mean by that. I got Crohn's,
Hey,
so I know
hey,
what you
hey.
mean by having a low immune system.
Yeah, yeah.
Explain
And
your
that,
story, Montana.
yeah.
Um, he gonna have to explain that story real fast. We got part two coming up.
Yeah.
It's a little juicy end
Okay.
of it. So we definitely gonna have
Oh
part
yeah, I
two.
forgot. It's 2 hours.
Um,
Yeah, I
But
forgot.
that's another
on
thing with the immune system for me and a lot of people I've heard, but I know me because I've always been in tune to know feel things going on in my body. The immune system, like I would used to be able to feel it working, and sometimes I still can, but it was a lot, Pat, and previously. Could feel it working or feel it's fatigue, and of course I'ma feel it. Yeah. Hmm.
respect. We're gonna wrap this thing up for the night, y'all. So I need everybody to give everybody a positive closing statement for the people.
Hey, why we rushing? We having a good time while we rushing. We can do
We should
while
give them
we
all.
rushing.
We can't give them all. We gotta make them want more.
Right,
So we
right.
Nigga, I gotta go to work at 4 a.m. Well, I got time. Everybody else got
yeah,
time.
I'm still
yeah.
at
We
work
gotta
right
get them
now.
part two.
No,
Hey, why we
be you,
rushing?
We gotta get them.
be. I
We
don't.
gotta
I
get
I,
them
don't
part
I
think.
gotta
two.
get up before all y'all. Why we rushing?
All right. I don't. Okay. Let me answer you. Be with you. I don't feel. I'm not rushing. I don't feel like we are rushing. But I have things to do in the morning.
All right.
I need my rest. And
Yeah.
I definitely agree with Sapio.
All
You
right,
know,
so
the
we
pot
can
of
keep running
stew,
it.
the pot of stew is half full. We don't need to fill it up.
I try to fill it up, but I ain't got time tonight.
Be you, man.
We
We,
can we can
we,
talk.
we can run a whole nother podcast. We're gonna kick Mr. up out of here.
Hey, Mister,
Let's
Hey,
keep
look.
running. We're
Hey,
gonna keep
tune
running.
back in. Hey,
Mister
tune
and
back in
lady.
15 minutes. We'll be back with
Hey,
All for
Mister and
Change.
lady, we gonna keep it running.
It's gonna
let
be
me give you
BU, Montana, and Marshall.
let me give y'all this. Can I say something to close while y'all figure this out? I
Yes.
just want to
Mm-hmm.
let y'all know the CD4 T cells and how do they work with HIV.
Okay.
CD4 T cells are specialized immune system cells that help organize your body's defense against infections. In a healthy person, CD4 counts typically range from 500 to 1,500 cells per cubic milliliter. When HIV enters your body, it specifically targets these CD4 cells. I had 6.
Damn.
Mm.
I was told I
You-
can't, don't go, you can't go outside. You have to stay inside because I can contact and
anything. Right.
um, my body's not going to be able to handle it.
Oh, and it would have
Mm-hmm.
been too much. Right.
Yep. So my close is this. Be your own art for change. And
Yes.
whatever it is, I'm being my
Yes.
art for change. Women living positively with HIV. I got other things and talents and gifts to bring to the table too. This is a new endeavor. I'm glad to be here. Always be your own art for change.
I love that. Thank
I'm
you.
gonna piggyback off that.
You're
I'm
welcome.
proud of you being open to telling your story. Like, can't many women or people in general, men or women, speak how you spoke about your condition, and I'm proud of that. So, and I love that for you
Yeah,
and
that's right.
and
Yeah,
for
let's,
us.
let's give it. You know what I'm saying?
Thank
Clap
you
it
so
up
much.
for
Thank
real,
you
because it
so
takes a
much.
lot to do that.
Yeah,
Thank you so
yeah,
much.
I like that. So I'm
I'm,
proud of that.
while we're
So
on here, may I say, because I do know that there are other women, because I see it when as I'm doing my little cascading on social media. So I see some other things where women are doing in organizations. So if you're listening or here, but I'll be poking at you guys in different organizations to see if you want to come on over this side to let the men hear your story. Because here there's a lot of men that are tuning in, and especially our men of color and our vanillas, Mad Hatter.
Marshall.
they
Hey,
they
I have
they
for
they
any
need to
podcast.
hear your voice. So if you can hit me up, YouTube channel here, on Art for
Yeah.
Change. You can hit me up on the Hummingbirds YouTube channel and wherever. You'll see all my links there. But stay right here and hit us up on the Art for Change
I
Yeah.
like that.
podcast.
I love that.
Always
Mhm.
remember times for chill hangs and general education.
Chill hands
Exactly.
and general
And general
education.
education.
Like it.
I
Like
love it.
it.
I love it, man. Hey,
Like it.
Montana, you got something for the people?
Out of Pappy. Out of Pappy.
Hey,
Out of Pappy.
Write it down.
Hey.
Write it. Everybody, write it down. Always
Write it down.
remember times for chill hangs and general education. Write it down.
I like that.
How
Chill
about
hangs.
I like to rhyme. Can we say general education games?
Lady Alpha, write it down and you'll see why.
Oh wait, I'm gonna put it in my notes. I'm doing it right now. Always make time or have time. What?
Always
Hey,
remember
Montana.
times for chill
Wait.
hangs
Yo.
and general education.
Always make time.
I want to keep
Always
running. Hey, I want to keep running.
Always remember time.
We on here.
Remember times.
We don't need Mister. He can go to bed. He can go night night.
For chill
Remember-
hangs, for
For
chill
time.
hangs
End it.
and general education.
Okay, for chill hangs and general education.
Hey, BU, we been knew how to lock the door.
Now read the first letter of every letter.
Art. What? Art for change. What?
That's what he's notorious for.
Nice.
That's that Mad Hatter
nice.
shit.
Nice,
Yeah.
Mad Hatter.
That's a
Mad
professional
Hatter.
writer right there. Yeah. That's why he's gonna
Nice.
always be up there in the cut.
Nice, Mad Hatter.
Yeah.
Mad Hatter covering up the mad brain. There's the Mad Hatter protecting the brain. Uh-huh.
Man, we appreciate everybody
I
for
like
locking
that.
in.
That's real good.
Make sure that you catch us on Mondays, on Thursdays, on Sundays at 9 p.m. Eastern time. We go live on Instagram, on YouTube, and on Facebook at Art for Change or the official Art for Change podcast. If you like this episode, just like any other episode, please like, subscribe, review, and tell a friend so we can get some more listeners like you. Peace and
That's
love,
right.
man. And until next time, baby, continue to Art for Change. Peace.
There we go.
Hey, can we stay live? Come on now. I'm in the mood.
Come on now, me and BU, we got it, man. We ain't gonna mess up the show. We ain't gonna say
Y'all
we ain't
can
gonna
get
go too crazy. Yeah. Peace.
You can mute and get a peace.
It's the BU show at Montana. We got Art for Change and bananas. Yeah.
Oh boy.
I really-
All right,
Oh,
lady, I know you gotta go. You can go if you need to. We're gonna keep the
Okay.
show running.
All right. You gents have a good night.
Hey, your gear should be there. You and
You
Marshall's
too.
gear should be there by.
Thank you.
I sent y'all the tracking numbers. Shouts out to Big Rock actually. Big Rock. Hey, so when y'all get y'all gear, shout her out. I'll see y'all. her
Oh, that's who
Instagram.
got the merch.
Yeah. So I'll send you something too, Montana.
Ooh.
Yeah. So we all filled up. We'll
Hey,
get
hey,
through it.
hey, look. Hey, you know what? I tell you what. Design me a shirt for the 4th.
All right, I'll talk to the merch lady. I'll talk
Let
to
me
Big
know.
Rock.
So yeah,
I'll put
you gotta let me know.
y'all-
You gotta let me know though, cause I gotta put the shoes to match now. Come on now.
I'm gonna let you know today. I'm gonna put you in the group chat.
I come out there in black forces. They don't want to see that.
All right, lady. I know you gotta go, lady.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Wait. Hold on, wait, lady. Wait before you go. Let me.
Y'all gotta-
I was being an ass earlier. I was talking about out of Pappy and shit. But thank you for coming on the show and sharing with us and educating us because a lot of us are uneducated. So I want to say thank you for coming on because that takes a lot as a woman as a person, period. Just to even talk in front of an audience about something that is shamed upon, and not just in the black community, but in the world, period. So thank you for being strong and being the advocate that you are, and continue doing what you're doing, man. I love it.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that words of encouragement and support. But I'll be on the show every Monday, Thursday, and Sunday, Montana.
Hey, I love that. I love that.
So that's it.
Say less. Say less.
Okay.
Yeah, but
All right.
I thank them for wanting to. I thank the team here for wanting me to speak and raise the awareness to that cause. I appreciate it a lot.
It's not even about that cause. It's about your energy and all of our topics. For real.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah.
It's not even about the cause. It's just your energy and everything like we speak on. Like you got a topic.
And
for it.
bro,
That's
she
what
was
it's about.
spitting facts. Dog, don't take it. She
Yes.
was spitting facts. Nigga, fact check this. 2021. Yeah, 2022. Yeah, I'm like, shit. But I'm just shifting through gears. Usually I'll be over here zoning the hell out. I'm like, intrigued, listening.
Yeah. Yeah, when I first had a conversation, because Mister talked to her first, and they called me through, and Mister was like, "Yo, I already talked to her. You talked to her." I was
Bruh,
like, "Yo,
you see what he
I
said
like
in the
that."
chat? I said, who is that? He was like, what he said? I let her explain herself. Something like that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
there you go. You did it.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Same here. My pleasure. So,
Nice to meet you.
All right, lady,
all right.
get your sleep, boo.
Thank you. Bye bye.
No problem. I'm at.
All right.
All right,
Good night.
bye.
I'm waving at my damn camera not even on. Be you.
Yeah.
What it do?
What you doing? Hey, art for change after dark, baby.
At the dark. Yeah. On some China Ocho shit. But this be you in Montana, man. Hotter. Yeah.
Art for change after
This-
dark. Nigga.
This ain't the night cat, this the night trap. Hey boy, you come over here, boy. You stuck like Chuck, now.
Hey, where you at right now?
Man, I'm in where the fuck am I? I'm almost in Greensboro. I'm on the way to West Virginia.
Oh, so you leaving home?
Well, I left the alright. My motherfucking AC went out on the truck yesterday. And Spring Lake, I had a delivery going to Fayetteville. I'm like, I'm going to the crib. But I get coming through Spring Lake, about to go drop out the load and shit. The motherfucking condenser, which is a radiator for the AC itself. Truck got 3 radiators. But anyway, so, goddamn loud ass windshield wipers. But, so the AC went out. So I got up this morning. You know what I'm saying? I fixed it, changed all that shit, put it up with Freon. I shoot down the South Cat, start raining like a motherfucking fool. Then I go to go get loaded to take this shit. I'm taking this shit to a steel plant up here in West Virginia that they building, multi-million-dollar company. And so they loaded me up my shit, but I got a fucking grocery list of shit. So these motherfuckers loading this shit all wrong and shit. So yeah, I had to go home, wash my ass, and hit the road. That's why I say I love having no computers in this motherfucker. There's power in the pen, my
Hey,
friend.
I feel that. Hey, when the last time you used a damn ATM?
Alright, today,
Nigga, I ain't used an ATM in so long, bro.
bruh. I only had to use it because when I want to go pick up the load, I stop by the yard, which is basically what the guy who I'm leased on under. Stop by the yard, I holler at the mechanic because of the AC shit in the back. That shit was leaking coolant, so we were trying to figure that out. But anyway, so I ended up getting 2 brand new tires for $80. That's damn near a 90% discount. You know what I'm saying?
Shit.
I'm just being real. I needed 2 steer tires, right?
Yeah.
If I would have took my damn truck to the shop and got 2 steer tires, I probably would have walked out the door about $1,300, $1,400. Got them $80, brand new. Now where they came from, they ain't nobody business. But you know what I'm saying? I got 2 new tires, and he's like, man, shit. Give me $80. I put them on right now. I said, shit, I go to the ATM. I ain't got no money, I ain't got no cash, I don't carry no cash. And I had to use one, boy.
Yeah, I
I,
feel that. I ain't used the ATM in a minute. I was thinking about that earlier. Like, God damn.
bro, I don't even know what it feel like to carry around a lot of cash no more. Like, that's cash. I don't know. You know, a lot of people like to carry around big wires, flex their money and all that shit. Man, look, I'm finna swipe this card and get it over and done with. But, you know, to each
Honestly,
their own.
Matt Hatter.
Yes.
Hey, Matt Hatter. When the last time you used the ATM?
What's the last time I used the ATM?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This morning I had to get cash to actually pay somebody in cash for something.
People still ask for cash.
To get paid in cash. They might got a motherfucking Apple Pay, Zelle, Venmo, Cash Out,
Hey,
shit.
are
It's
they
way PayPal.
are they old?
I can honestly say I've never used Zelle, PayPal, Cash App.
Oh,
But
so you
see,
old.
but because you know, man, how you know he old school, man. He's stuck in his ways. He's not about to. No, he's not doing it.
The only people asking for Cash App, Zelle, or something like that is some chick on the side. I am not Zelling, Cash App, and I'm I'm tighter than a bitch. You ain't getting a dime from me.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so you walk around with cash, so you get robbed. Like they take all your money.
No, I walk around
Oh,
with one. I walk around with a $1 bill in my wallet.
Okay.
On purpose. On purpose.
Hey, hold on, but you live in Rhode Island. They ain't robbing niggas up here.
Shit. But hey, man, look.
Somebody everywhere.
Hey,
Come on
man,
now.
you crazy as hell, boy. Hey, look, it go down in the island, dog.
We got art for change after hours.
You know what I'm saying? This the night trap, not the night cap. This the night trap. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, what y'all think about them 2 inmates that's still on the run?
Hey, look. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something.
Which
All
prison
right.
escape? Which prison escape are we talking about?
The Louisiana one. The Louisiana. Louisiana. So
Yeah.
look. Salute. Let me just say this. Salute to them boys for even getting out, right? Because let's just be real. Everybody know that the Louisiana prison system is some of the worst conditions. You know what I'm saying? So salute to them boys for even getting out, because I know it's fucked up in there. But this my thing. Y'all niggas is dumb as fuck. And I mean that literally, alright? Not because y'all got out. Ain't no motherfucking way y'all gonna sit here and tell me that y'all got out and y'all getting caught 3 miles from the jail,
7 miles away.
up under the car. Man, I know y'all had a phone in there, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Of course you can't talk over the jail phone, but shit. Hey, look. We finna get up out of this bitch. Hey, Wednesday, you need to be in such and such. Hey, look, don't just sit there all day, goddammit. I'm gonna be there. I don't know what time, but I'm gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? Straight up, like, ain't no way, bro. Hey, you know what I'm saying?
Like 8 of them got caught 7 miles away from the prison. That's crazy.
That's crazy. Why are you still in the area,
What about the dude sleeping on the bus stop?
bruh? Ain't no fucking way.
7 miles away.
Ain't no fucking way. Hey, I can guarantee you, he was probably one of the ones that just went out because he heard them niggas doing that shit. Like, oh, shit, bitch, I'm about to go too. Shit. Hey, cause ain't no way, bro. I'm sorry, bro. We all know it's a known fact. Motherfuckers is getting phones, money, jewelry. It man ain't no way you ain't make no call.
Yeah.
Now I know a lot of people gonna say, "Goddamn, hey, you ain't coming over here." Yeah, I know people gonna say that, but then you got, hey, look, somebody willing to take your ass far away, cause it's on you after that. You know what I'm saying? But
Honestly.
how could y'all not have that set up, bro? How? But y'all leaving notes. Y'all leaving notes on the wall and shit. She ain't got nowhere to go.
Laugh out loud.
Yeah.
Too easy.
And then the other dumbass on Instagram sharing videos of him in the pool. Like the feds can't pull that shit, man. They can track your motherfuckers what's some shit called, man? Your is it
Your IP
VPN?
Location,
address.
your
Your IP
location.
Yeah,
address.
IP. Yeah, IP. There we go. I don't know what for VPN,
Yeah.
but I don't. That's that late night shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, that shit crazy, bro. That shit crazy.
Yeah.
Hey, Marshall, how you feel about the finals?
OKC is going to be the Indiana.
Uh, Pacers.
Yes, I'm going with OKC.
It'll be the
Oh,
perfect
oh,
series.
oh. Hold on. My bad. I'm not to interrupt. I ain't been paying attention to the NBA. So that's the finals this year. OKC
Yeah,
in
that.
Indiana.
Yes.
Yep.
Oh shit, nah.
And
Okay.
then took Anthony Edwards out. Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That shit. That shit. Hey,
I got one for y'all. How
what's
y'all
up?
how y'all feel about this rematch that's coming up in August? That Tank and what's the boy name, man? What's his name? Roach or something like that? The dude he just fought. That they called a draw.
Yeah, it was a draw. Yeah. I think Tank feel like he got something to prove,
Hell yeah, he
and then
do.
yeah, because Tank felt like he won that fight when he didn't. The dude kind of actually beat Tank, but to beat a champion, you got to knock him out or knock him down.
Yeah.
You got to do
Well,
that to win. If not, it's gonna be a draw or he won,
in my
regardless of the
opinion,
That's
outcome.
why the other guy's going to win this
in
fight.
my opinion,
He didn't
the other
get beat.
guy, yeah, the other guy didn't get beat up, but he beat Tank
He
on
did.
appearance. He beat the Tank on appearance, but on the cards, Tank landed more punches and threw way
Yes.
less. You know what I'm saying? So, but as far as the way it looked, the other dude won in the appearance because, in my opinion, it's like nobody ever really seen Tank get hit like that. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So when you see another motherfucker just rocking that nigga shit, you like, oh, okay now. Hey, he
Oh,
might
hey,
go
hold
down.
up.
He
Yeah.
might go down. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like he got that chip on his shoulder, and he not gonna hold back on him this time. Cause Tank was really holding back, man.
He is playing reserve with them, nigga. Like, yes,
You
definitely.
know what I'm saying? Like he was holding back. I don't know if it was cause his mind just ain't in it right now, or you know what I'm saying. He was like,
I
oh
think he
shit.
underestimated him.
Yeah, he did
I
because
think
they
he did.
sparred so many times before, and every
Hmm.
time they sparred, Tank beat the shit out of him.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying. So he came in there on. It's like I shared a video on Facebook the other day. You know what I'm saying? Like dude thought he was gonna straight up whoop dude ass, but he counted the fuck out of him, and he ain't want no smoke after that. Dunked him on his head.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Yeah. So that'll be interesting.
mm-hmm.
That's gonna be interesting. NBA Finals gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
Um,
The NFL season gonna be interesting as a motherfucker.
it's gonna be Bronny second season, which I expect him to grow from his first season. Obviously,
He coming back
yeah.
into the league, or he
Yeah,
gonna stay on G League?
he probably gonna do both still, but I mean his daddy there, so
Man,
he got automatic like seniority.
that motherfucker, his daddy need to goddamn sit his old ass down.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, LeBron ain't doing that though. LeBron,
He
I don't
not.
think Curry got 2 more years. LeBron didn't want to end with Curry getting another ring over him.
You think Curry
That's
got two
how.
more years?
No, yeah, that's in his contract.
No, I'm just thinking like,
Curry,
damn, when
yeah,
the fuck Curry come out?
Curry, Butler, and Draymond got 2 more years on that contract with the Warriors, bro.
But what year? I'm saying, what year did Curry come in the league? I know LeBron was '03,
Yeah,
but I
Curry
remember
came
being in
in
the back
like
of the bus.
oh six, probably,
Well, '02 really,
probably
and he started
he was
goddamn because
probably oh
it was I was in
six.
eighth grade. I was in eighth grade. when LeBron came in because I was a Melo fan.
Yeah, so Curry probably came because Curry's like 37 years old or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, LeBron don't want Curry to get another one over him because then the conversation starts. They already put LeBron over Curry anyway, which I'm not mad at it. It can
He's
go
a freak of
either way.
nature, man. That's all.
Yeah, I ain't mad at it. Yeah, it can go either way, but if Curry get another ring, then the conversation starts.
About the number of rings.
Hey, rings matter nowadays.
They do. They do.
Rings matter if you're the superstar of the team.
Yeah.
And then LeBron won. I know LeBron want to chase a ring with his son, or like at least play another. Because he didn't really play a full season with his son.
But LeBron created super teams to go get the rings, man.
I pick Curry over LeBron every time, and LeBron is like one of the greatest ever. But I just pick Curry just because nigga minute. He a little nigga like us, so it's
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
you're a little nigga dominating big niggas. Like, come on now, bro.
Dominating.
You dominate big niggas, and you're a little nigga.
You ain't lying.
Real shit, bro.
You not lying.
Yeah, how long till damn, you got a minute till you got home, then.
Oh, try what? Get to where I'm going?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I don't got that much longer. I got like, shit. Why this shit go to Facebook? I only got 2 hours to get to where I'm about to park at tonight. And I'm going to sleep for about 4. Then drive the
Yeah,
other
so
two
you
hours.
get to just lay down. Hey, so I heard on the radio earlier, this chick was like, tell me what y'all think about this. Tell me what y'all think about this. This chick was
Uh huh.
like, she cut her dude off. They were living
Uh huh.
together, and they're married, but she was going through some shit like mentally, and she wasn't there for him emotionally and physically,
Uh huh.
and and he ended up like sleeping with her best friend. So she
Damn.
filed for, but she filed for a divorce.
Uh huh. But so,
And
so did he
then,
do the friend before the
but
divorce? What's still that's
no,
still
no,
damn.
but then she's like, yo, I don't want to get a divorce because she realized that it was on her because he was reaching out to her so much, trying to fix the problem, trying to help her through the situation.
Damn. Being that shoulder to cry on ended up getting piped on.
Yeah, because she was like, I heard this on the radio earlier, actually, 104.1. And she was like, yo, I tried. And, well, he tried to help me so much, but I would deny him. Deny emotionally. She wouldn't give him no pussy, nothing, none of that.
Oh Lord.
And then, yeah. And then, like, her and his, him and her best friend would talk about it. And then they got closer, obviously, off talking about it.
Uh.
And then they ended up, and then she filed for a divorce. And then she's like, "Yo, I can't divorce this guy who treated me so great the whole time and everything." And she's blaming herself.
Mm,
How you feel about that?
man. Uh.
That's some deep shit. I listened to that on the radio ride home. Actually,
I say it's more common than you would think.
Yeah.
it's more common.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Sleeping with the partner. I mean, the friend. Yeah.
And then staying with the guy because you feel guilty because you feel you made it easy for him and everything. Yeah, I think that's common.
Mm, mm. And then she's like, she don't want to get a divorce no more. That's what she's telling him.
Yeah. They don't want to break up no more. They're not gonna yep, that sounds like normal.
All right. So what is a high value man to woman then? Because all women want high value men. What's a high value man to woman?
You said what is a high value man's woman?
Yes. What do y'all think?
Whatever that man wanted at the time. You know what I'm saying?
To woman
Because
though.
there are, but
What is
there
a high
are. Yeah, I'm about to
what
say
is
there
a
are faithful high value men though. People who make over six figures basically, man, that's what society deems a high value man.
yes.
Yeah.
That's yeah. See, that's where we go wrong at.
That's just high value bank account.
Come on now.
Speak to me, Marshall. Talk to
Come
hey, hold on. Let me put my camera on. Talk to me, Marshall. Talk to
that's
me.
just a that's just high value bank account. That's
that it
not high
is.
that's not a high value person. That's just a person with a high value bank account. Values can't be credited, accountable. Well, they can't be credited. They can be held accountable. You may have messed up finances, but you can balance out your checks if you can balance out your checkbook.
Yeah. So, do you think high value men take advantage of women, or women take advantage of high value men?
Both.
I think the high value
I
takes
think both.
oh, I think the high value takes power over anybody. I think
Because
people I think people hold value and power over people like strings. Like the rabbit in the carrot trying to get chased or anything, or the hat with the string
or
trying to
the greyhound
yes,
chasing the bunny.
yes.
I get where you're going. Yeah, I get where you're going with that. Yeah. So
Hold it enough in your face to think that you'll be one of them, but you'll never get it, and it's just a parlor trick the whole time.
mm, but sometimes they catch it though.
Do they catch it,
Marsh
or does it? What do
does
they
it.
catch? They don't catch the greyhounds. Don't catch the rabbit.
I mean, well, no, not the greyhounds, but sometimes the woman catch the high value man.
Yes, and the men catch the high value girl.
Yeah. So where do they go from there? Because then there's a bump heads of that. Now it's like you got
I
me for
think it.
this,
I
I'm listening.
I think it becomes the rescue, the rescue appeal of it. To be able to rescue somebody, be somebody
Okay,
else's charity.
okay, that made sense. What if y'all both got money?
If y'all both got money, it's either way. Everything should be divided equally anyway. But now I think the power of money is it can't be thrown up in anyone's face, so the leverage can't be thrown. You can't say, "Oh, I'm the one. I'm the breadwinner. I'm the one that pays the bills." The man can't throw it up in his face. The woman can't say, "I'm the one that cleans, takes care of the house." The woman can't say, "Hey, I take care. I pay for all your Legos and your fancy toys and everything. Your video
You know
game,
what?
your video games in your game room. Allow you to stay home and stream on Twitch."
You know what this old white guy said to me today? He works with me. He's actually a superintendent as well as me. He told me, women are good at expressing themselves, but not good at communicating.
Yes.
But they can say whatever's on their mind, but they can't understand the communication between you and them. And
I
that
got
sat
a
on me well today.
I got a thing for you. You have kids. Is it cute when they whine?
Fuck no.
Okay, you got a wife. Is it cute when she whines?
No.
So what's up with the whining?
Oh man, I don't
Yeah.
know. That shit get on my nerves.
Yeah, bro. Like what?
It gets on my nerves as a kid. As an adult, it's just so unappealing. It just drives me fucking ballistic. It really does crawl up my spine. The whining part, it drives me nuts.
Yeah, and it's like, what the fuck? Montana, you can unmute you. We don't hear you bad. But
Oh no, I know they got these damn loud ass windshield wipers going. That's why
nah,
I
you're
muted myself.
good. It ain't bad. It ain't bad. I can hear it good. But yeah, yeah, that shit's not it, bro.
It's not attractive.
Yeah.
The whiny girl is not attractive. The whiny
Hell
girl
no.
that is not attractive. I'm sorry. Please leave that back in 2024. Don't take that into 26. Can we leave the whiny girl in the
Yes.
past, please?
Yes. Yes, Marshall. You speaking facts. Yes. Leave
Yeah,
that shit
yeah.
alone. And then you're talking to your friends, and, you got your friends in your head, your homegirls in your head talking like, what? No. Yeah.
The whininess. I hate the
Hey, Marshall, you done dealt with a lot of whininess?
I just
You done,
I
what?
just know my breaking point. I just know what one thing just I'm not a fan of. And I've never, maybe, I don't know, have that trait maybe that's flirting, or maybe people find it cute and it's supposed to be attractive or anything like that. But I've
It was
never,
attractive when we was young. Like,
but
we're grown.
but even back then, I never found the whininess attractive.
Mm. Yeah, I'm a
It,
grown ass man. Why you whining? Like,
exactly.
let's
tell,
get to
tell,
the bottom of this shit.
exactly. Tell me what you want. Like, be upfront with me. Like,
The
don't be
fuck?
you 30
What?
whining. You 30 getting mad. Getting you 30 whining, saying, "Oh, you want to do this? You want to do this?" Saying, "Why are you whining like a child? Now I got to treat you like a child. Now I have to put you to bed instead of taking you to bed."
Hey, you still gotta hit the booty though. I ain't gonna lie. You gotta clap the cheeks. But that's neither here nor there. Hey, about telling you crazy.
That boy, you crazy, boy.
I mean, hey, we got
But now
it.
I get what you were saying by, you know what I'm saying, when you were younger, like, but why? Why not? You know what I'm saying? Like, I had them little girlfriends like that back in the day. Well, if I would hear that shit now, man, you don't get the fuck
Yeah,
out my face with that shit.
yeah, I'm out. I'm out.
Open it up, use it.
Honestly,
Like, I be getting on my sons about that shit. Like, one of my sons used to have to say, instead of telling me what the fuck he want, he just point. Like, man, what the,
nigga, you
man, you
getting
better,
caught?
yeah, like, you better open your mouth and tell me what the hell you want. Juice, I want my juice. Okay. That's all you had to fucking say.
You could have
Pointing
been
and
had the
shit.
juice.
Yeah. I would have been gave you this shit.
Honestly, goddamn, boy.
Well, this rain been chasing me all day.
Yeah, it's been storming all on the East Coast, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
I know.
Shit, it's been running all down the East Coast. I know you're a driver, so you know. It's
I
been raining
hate it,
down here in
man.
Florida.
My boy down there, my bro down there in Florida right now.
Yeah, nigga, we had thunderstorms, nigga. Hey, there's like nigga warnings. Like, nigga, what? Yeah.
Yeah, when I was on the way back to the city, it was like flood warning for Fayetteville. I'm like, damn.
Honestly.
I'm tired of this rain, bro.
I'm
Hey,
tired
make
of the
sure you drive
cold.
safe out there.
I'm tired
It,
of the
it,
Oh,
cold. I'm tired of the cold. With that said, as soon as it turns 90, I'm gonna be putting ACs in.
yeah.
hold on, what you mean put ACs in? You ain't got ACs at your house yet? Or what? What the fuck going on?
No, I don't have ACs at my house yet. I'm getting portable air conditioners so I don't mess up the windows. They're smaller and they instead of going in the window and sticking out, there's just a small hose that sticks out above the car.
Yeah, so
Oh, okay.
hold up. Ain't no like regular AC there in Rhode
Uh,
Island?
Most houses, well, some houses have central air, but mine don't.
Yeah.
Mm.
You don't usually have central air in a place where it's more winter than it is summer. Central air is like central heating for us.
Mmm. Got heat though.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Burn your damn
Yeah,
toes off.
hey, for real. All right, so Marshall,
Yes.
we're about to end this. Montana, it was good talking to you and Marshall.
Oh yeah,
We'll
yes
be
sir.
back. You already know. We'll be back. Hey, we might have to start a after dark, after night type shit. You know, when niggas want to get off early and shit. We
Yeah,
can't rush
man.
greatness. We ain't rushing nothing. So yeah, we might have to start it after. Start a program after that too.
Yeah.
But
Oh yeah, man.
yeah, it was good talking to y'all. We'll
Most
be back
definitely.
Sunday. Y'all be prepared for Sunday because I got some
For
shit to
sure.
talk about.
Okay.
Okay, okay.
All right, love y'all boys.
I love you
Later.
too, bro. What?
All right.